I mean, there's still overlay problems.
But is the connection better?
Yeah, I'm getting some decent frames. And I actually got the party invite this time.
Yep,
Yeah.
see? It's literally just bacon servers. Never connected to them. Their servers are garbage. I don't care.
Yep.
Yep,
This
what?
is what we get for trusting a forceful server.
I'm pressing E. Okay, but
These pretty
beam
much
down.
just interact.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't getting any context menu.
So like, say you open doors, open crafting stations, etc.
It
Hello.
does everything.
Would you like me to help you start up a base? You use your matter manipulator. This thing, the little pickaxe icon, like that. That's how you mine stuff.
You
Oh,
scroll.
it's like No Man's Sky.
My scroll wheel is broken, so I have to click stuff or press my number keys. You guys can see. Now you have
Don't
one.
worry,
Yeah,
I
this
have a
is No
working
Man's
scroll
Sky.
wheel.
This
It's
is
the
No
one thing on the
Man's
mouse
Sky.
that actually works.
Oh, look, a chest. Let's see. Taking these bandages. These pixels. I'm gonna leave the timber and the manipulator modules in there for you. So just get those. And what manipulator modules do is
They
above your
upgrade
beam
your
up button.
manipulator.
Yeah, above your beam up button, there's a upgrade button. Hit that and you'll see there's a bunch of expansion, matter protect, etc. Pretty much those just unlock stuff for you. Super useful.
How do I disable the Discord overlay?
You have to do that in Discord. That's the annoying part.
Okay, here we go, overlay. Because it's glitching out on this game. On Don't Starve it worked fine, but this game it
Oh, and I
keeps
just
flickering.
died. I just died because I had like 2 health.
Well, the good news is I'm back to 2 frames a second, so that's always exciting. Yay! A whopping 2 frames per second.
Maybe back down.
How?
This game isn't even that graphically intense.
Oh, it's because of your mech, isn't it?
I have no idea.
It's probably because of the giant mech he's using. Like,
Wait,
I usually have my graphics turned down low on anything but this game, because this game I can actually afford to have my graphics on high.
Well, it's still running at 2 frames a second, so whatever is happening, it's continuing to happen. It wasn't like this at first. Something happened recently. What, are you doing something in the world that's causing it to slow down?
No.
Maybe custom weapons. That might be it.
I'm not using custom weapons right now.
I'm using... Is this jetpack custom?
I saw a spiky fly past me, but it was invisible.
This thing? I mean this thing?
The jetpack isn't custom, it's just graph from all the particles.
Oh, that might be all the particles. Go into your options and turn on your texture limit. That might help.
How can my computer have a problem with this?
I don't know.
Oh, and now it's going to run again like normal? Let's see here. Graphics.
It might be something with my character.
I'll try limiting the texture then. It's funny, right? Because you click apply, nothing happens. Apply. Well, I mean,
Well, it's... Just give it a minute. Like, it'll make certain textures not appear if there's too many textures, making your game lag.
Wait, are you hurting me?
No, those are enemies.
Wow, good thing I can't do anything.
Don't worry, I'll make sure you're safe.
Well, I mean, it's not playing quite as badly now.
But it's still playing badly.
25 frames a second.
So
It's-
it's decent now.
It's playable. Yes.
Ah,
Yeah, I just got lost a whole bunch of my health.
Come back up here.
If you're not sufficiently confident in your personal combat abilities, an alternative solution would be to dig closer to the planet's center, and yes, thank you for automatically closing everything I might find useful. A brilliant tutorial there. They really know how to
Here, just
spin a
follow me.
yarn.
Follow me. I'm gonna show you something.
Yeah, okay.
So we need to go back up. Trust me on this. Okay, then go hit E on one of these tents. Go hit it. Go hit E on the tent. And now you're healing.
Good.
Also,
So,
you can pick these up.
The
and
little
place them
robot
down.
dude continues to talk nonstop in the bottom, but I can't pay any attention to any of it because it just goes away so fast. He writes books,
it's
entire
literally
chapters
useless.
in that thing.
It's literally useless. Don't bother.
That's a shame. Because I would like to think that there is actually some. Oops.
Only. Oh.
Hey, I was trying to jump down a ladder and I couldn't.
Okay. Yeah. Stop holding space when you stop on going down on a ladder.
Okay, that makes sense, I guess.
Sorry, my game just had to cut out on me.
Oh god, that's a lot of my health.
I'm gonna see if closing my web browser helps.
Oh yeah, I have a lot of junk open. Control Alt Delete is pretty much. Manager.
I guess I just find it unacceptable that I can play like all the other games at a reasonable. Can I just grab everything? Oh yeah, there's a take all. I don't have difficulty playing other games, right? With all the applications I've opened, I can play just about anything that I have installed on my computer. Well, 7 Days to Die, granted, that did play a little. Yeah, there was a little bit of.
Did I just set you on fire?
I don't know, but I'm almost dead.
Oh, I just set you on fire.
It's you see, it's a little difficult to tell because the game is running at a full 2 frames per second. So
Yeah,
it's like I'm
sorry.
trying to deduce exactly what's going on screen, and there's like it's a slideshow of
There you go.
events that's taking place.
I feel you, man, because it used to be like that with Astroneer on my old computer. Except I ran at -4 frames a second. Now pretty much just use that medkit and you'll heal a lot of health.
How do I access it? Is it in my inventory here?
Okay, so pretty much you go into the bag icon in your inventory, click it, put it in your hotbar, and then click whichever button it's bound to in your hotbar, and then you'll heal.
I put it in my what bar?
Okay, so now it's in your hotbar, the little thing
Oh.
you have.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I added
Then
it.
then pretty much. So once it's in your hand, whichever hand it's in,
There we go.
right click that perspective.
I
hand.
get it.
There you go.
Yep, that works. Nice to say.
It's empty.
I've only gone to the server I was playing on.
I'll take care of these guys for you. Because I'm exceedingly powerful. So are you actually able to play now?
It seems to be quite intermittent.
Just stay back from my giant fireball thing. Don't set you on fire.
Okay.
By the way, that Firebender Gauntlet is cut.
Yeah, I know.
Is there any way to naturally heal?
Yes, you do slowly regenerate over time, though it's not as good when you're as when you're sleeping.
Okay.
As in hit E on the bed.
Oh, is that what's going on here? Oh yeah, there we go. Well, at least I don't have to worry about food, I guess, yet.
I
Find
have to worry about food because I intentionally did this.
find the archaic energy source.
Pretty much follow the weird compass.
Oh, we got a party. Wait, was I not supposed to join that party?
No, I DC'd.
Oh, so I joined somebody else's party?
No, you joined mine.
Okay. It said like your name was Pan or something? Yeah.
Yeah, Pan.
There we go.
Because long names are kind of annoying to invite for parties.
I can see that. Oh. Wow.
I brought back gifts.
Could be an issue with terrain generation. It's incredibly
Thank you.
expensive from a processing standpoint. Otherwise, it could be the hops
Oh,
to get
I
from
think I know what it is. It's the whole the planets have to teleport you once you reach their edge. It teleports you to the other edge. and you continue walking, meaning it actually feels like you're walking around the planet. That might be it.
I'm gonna have to switch this around a bit.
That takes a lot of processing power.
Oh, that's pretty poorly optimized, if I say so myself.
I mean, I don't have lag when it happens.
I lose about 4 frames, but then it's good after that.
Health doesn't regen over time. You either need to use a consumable, eat something, or sleep to regain health. Apparently that's what Weasel Spleen says, so.
Oh, I forgot that's a Cracking Universe thing. I'm so used to playing with mods that I haven't played without mods in a long time.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, like if you were in Fracking Universe, health would regenerate over time for humans, I think.
I think it's better if I don't play with mods to get started with, because it doesn't allow you to develop the fundamentals at all.
Okay, there's some quality of life mods I know you love.
Possibly. Okay, I can
Like,
see.
there's a whole bunch of them. Like, because most of Fracking Universe is a quality of life thing. Makes stuff so much easier. Though it's more resource intensive.
I have to say, mining with a gun is not quite as satisfying as swinging an
you want
axe.
pickaxe?
You want pickaxe? You can
Oh,
make
sure.
You can make
Or, actually, here, Racing, I have something better than a normal pickaxe.
Oh, you got him one of those.
Okay, how do
Yep.
Is there a hotkey to open my inventory? Because I know there's a button.
I.
Ah, yes. That's obviously on my left hand. Gotta reach over there for it. I'm assuming it's
I
in
just use my
tools.
thumb because I took coding class, so I can just quickly swap over there.
Why would you need to press I with your thumb in coding?
Specific reasons. Specifically for games. We code games. Oh yes, look, the demo.
I thought it would be in my inventory. Wait, is this it? Yeah, okay, here it is.
There's
Energy
several
pickaxe.
pages of your inventory. It's pretty annoying.
Yeah, but, well, I kind of
wait.
like it because it lets you carry more items.
How do I replace the matter manipulator?
Oh, you don't. The matter
Oh.
manipulator is a
You
multi.
just put it. You just put it in your hotbar.
Okay.
Also, I have a fire shotgun.
Oh, hey, you picked up my demo man, my sticky bomb.
There you go. Got that thing
Your
back.
doohickey? I'm not sure what that means.
His remote grenade launcher.
I'm the demo man.
Boom.
Okay. I'm supposed to get... That's not right.
Okay,
What?
so
Core shard.
What am I supposed to give you back?
Nothing. I was asking,
okay,
grill
follow
beef.
me. Follow me.
Raw steak. It's food, but I
Follow
don't
me
need
and I'll
food.
show you the core shards area.
What do cord
There was that
shards?
mine we were in earlier.
Core shards are what you need for to progress story.
It was what was in the mine earlier. That was. the
Oh,
mine.
it's what I lost some of, didn't I?
No, you lost pixels.
That's just money.
Oh, okay. I think I'm taking damage.
Yeah, you're taking damage from the beans. They look like little beans, white beans.
Oh yeah, you're right. They do actually.
Evening Stewin 7? Is it Stewin?
Hey, look, it's raining so hard, water is forming.
Whee! Goodbye.
So what is the objective here when we get started?
Okay, you see how it says objective collect core shards? Or,
It says find archaic energy source for me.
Oh.
Yeah.
yeah,
Follow
that's
the
what...
yellow compass up in the corner.
Yellow
Follow that.
compass. Ooh, that's a tricky one. I'm not sure I see
okay,
one.
So there's the it says scan. Like for me, it says scan. It doesn't have a compass for me, but like near your quest thing with little gray words, there should be a compass next to that. Just follow that compass in its in the direction it's pointing. Kinda like how it's
no.
almost like the little compasses on our player games.
Wait, when you say compass, what do you mean by compass?
It's a circle with a line.
Yeah, it's a compass. So if it was pointing this way, then you go this way. If it's pointing the way I'm traveling right now, you go that way. A little yellow line, whichever way its tip is pointed,
Wait,
you go in that direction.
it says it right next to the find the archaic energy source.
Yeah, it'll say it like almost within the text box.
Yeah,
Or,
okay, and
like,
it's a little bit, it's like on the left side of it,
so
of the text box. Because I see some little
I'm
icon
loading
pointing.
up your stream raising, even though it'll kill my frame.
is it pointing towards the text box or away from it?
Yeah, it's pointing towards the text box.
It's to the right.
Alright,
It's to the right.
Okay.
I'll go scout out the area for you. Make sure there's no massive hills or anything.
It just, you know, it doesn't look like an actual compass. It looks like a little graphical icon to indicate this is a tip to me. So that's why it didn't occur to me that was just a compass.
That's kind of what I thought at first, and I'm like, wait, that's a compass? Since when is that a compass in any game? There's a
Wait,
massive-
Potato Man is killing me. This is not good.
What?
There's a Potato Man down here.
Okay, wait, no, he's pretty, that's 3 enemies in one. Where is he?
He probably fell down. I guess it's fine then. If I can get back
Yeah,
out.
Oh. Oh yeah, by the way, you and our race as characters can make custom weapons. Give me a moment to help you with this.
Wait, custom weapons?
Yeah, pretty much we have race-specific weapons.
So what are we looking for exactly?
It's a giant gateway.
That is exactly what we were looking for.
I'll keep an eye out for giant things. Yeah, I can't get
Oh,
up there.
You can't exactly make that, can you?
Well, it's a bit tricky, but
I understand.
I'm
it's
probably
tricky,
just
but-
bad at this.
No, it happens to the best of us. It's just lag. You'll get used to it. And as you can see, it's like think of Skyrim mountain scaling, and then you'll nail it. Trust me.
Yeah.
Just jump over and over, and you can scale a mountain.
Oh,
Yeah, my game's starting to hit the hard.
Oh.
what was that
Oh,
thing?
he's got a health blast. Yep.
Oh.
You now regenerate health faster. I think. Regenerate health.
Wait until my health is full or limited amount of time?
Until that little red plus next to your character's name goes away.
I think it went away already. So
Oh, so that was. Oh, those were bombs that made stuff turn into copper.
Copper bomb.
Yeah, that's probably one of my favorites.
To be honest, my favorite's the pixel bomb.
is there any I think this is one of the problems that I have with games like Terraria. There doesn't seem to be any point to gathering any of the resources. They're all like ho-hum kind of resources. Like, yeah, you want to gather some resources? We don't really need them for anything, though.
No, trust me, the game will scream at you if you don't get certain resources in the course of the game.
Yeah.
Believe me.
Wait,
It
is that different from
will.
Terraria?
No.
I felt this-
Terraria is just free building. You don't have to do anything in Terraria.
Okay, then this game might be more.
Oh, here's
more
the
up my
giant
alley.
gateway.
Alright,
Yeah, I can
now we
tell.
gotta
It
go
started
back to that
lagging
mine.
immediately.
Now we just gotta go back to that mine, get core fragments, or if I have enough of them on me.
You were hurt raising. Good job.
Did not mean to.
My scans are picking up an unknown radio signal that immediately leave it on the screen so I can actually read it. It's so tiny. I practically have to get a magnifying glass out.
No, pretty much just give you a quest. Don't even bother reading that stuff. It's useless.
I like being
No.
immersed in the story, though. If I'm gonna
Unless
play a
you
game with a
have
story.
iron, right?
The eye in the corner allows you to see it more in depth.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Raisin, do you want some armor?
They don't tell the story, do they?
Raisin, do you want armor? Yes or no?
Is there any advantage to not having armor?
No.
No.
Then I probably should take
Now
some
put
armor.
Now put that stuff in the. So instead of putting it in the eye slot, put it in the slot your clothing is currently in, and then you'll get like bonuses to your stats.
Wait, instead of my eye slot, what do you mean by my eye slot?
Okay, so there's a slot with almost like a little eyeball in it.
That's cosmetic. Then there's
Okay.
a head slot.
Like, see, I
Yeah.
can put this on, but still have my helmet on.
I think it automatically equipped on me because I didn't have anything. Wait, I have. Oh wait, no, chest armor. Here we go. There.
Yep.
Now is it equipped?
Alright, yeah, now you gotta put that in your pants. Now you gotta put the other thing
Okay,
in your
yeah,
pants
'cause
slot.
I just have regular pants on at the moment.
There
Okay.
you go. See, now
Yep.
you have armor on.
Yeah. I look like a walking zombie.
I personally think mine looks a bit better.
I'd hope so. You spent more time playing it. Yeah, it's interesting.
Well, actually,
interesting. It's down to
exact
12
same
frames.
thing. It's the exact same tier of armor, it's just different cosmetic. Like, exact same stats for both of us. Just to be fair. You can't mine that, this is a protected area. So just follow.
Wait, what did we have to go here to get?
To get the quest.
Oh,
What
okay.
was that?
Oh yeah, it says collect core fragments now.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have some back at my base. So do you have some?
I have some.
I'm currently
Alright.
in orbit around an unknown world. The ship. Okay, I already read that. There we go.
Alright, pretty much stay there. Also, what was with that?
What?
The thing, little thing Raising just did. Raising,
Oh.
what was that?
I don't know. I'm just looking at my journal.
It's floating.
Oh, that's because the your gun gives off particles that give the effect. Your
Wait,
jetpack.
my? Oh, the jetpack is
Yeah.
causing me to float.
No, Grillby's jetpack is doing floating effect.
Okay.
That's it.
So pretty much, as long as I'm jetpacking near you, you fly.
They don't
Yep.
give you a whole lot of information.
Nice.
I have. So you want to go mining racing?
Well, yeah. I mean, what does a core fragment look like? I think
Oh.
it'd be good to know.
Okay, so pretty much, let me. Wait, Raising, get back.
What? Yeah.
Oh,
Give
lag!
me a minute. Give me a minute. Okay, so
Dude,
use
stop using that jetpack. It's making me lag.
I'm not using it anymore. That was the tree falling. Anyway, so press E on this thing now, and then hit activate.
Oh, you gave me all the cores or what?
Yep.
Yeah. Go to the center.
Now teleport to the thing, and let's go, my friends.
20.
Now I can do that stupid mech mission.
Seems another message is coming through. Please come. I urgently require help. The universe depends on it. Use this ancient gateway and meet me in the Ark ruins just past the outpost. Okay, let's teleport
So
then.
Raising, tell me when you get in.
I should be teleporting right now.
Oh god, vehicles make the game lag so bad.
Wait, you're seeing that too?
Get in my vehicle.
What do I do besides press E?
Press E on it. You just press E on the vehicle. Trust me.
Wait, I'm pressing E, but nothing's happening.
Oh, here. Press E on the back seat. There we go.
Oh, okay.
Let's go! We might have to take a little bit, because, the doors.
Wait, isn't this the place in the peanut butter server? It looks
No,
almost
it's
exactly the
different.
same.
No, it isn't. It's completely different. The
Oh,
Big
oh god. Oh
for
god.
having
Oh god.
Asiatic.
What are you doing?
Trying to get us out. Oh no. Oh no. Oh,
This is
no.
why you don't drive your vehicles indoors, people.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go. Get in. Oh jeez.
Oh no. Okay, I'm pressing E.
I'm imagining a lot of
Alright,
hijinks
that's
is
the front
happening as
seat.
my game
I'm not-
out.
I'm not sure what causes it.
Okay.
Okay, I think there we got it.
There we go.
Get your fire upper,
Let's
bloody blah.
go. Let's go. Oh god.
Where exactly is it that we were headed? I feel like you're driving me to my
Hey,
demise.
Wizard, do not hit E on this portal. Trust me.
Hello, dear. Is that a matter manipulator you're carrying? Excellent. So you're a protector. I'm sorry to say, perhaps the last after the terrible destruction of Earth. Sorry.
We're not the last anymore. You have friends. Okay, so pretty much,
Wait, do
When
you
you
see the
get
text
in-
as well?
no, I don't. So pretty much when you get out of that, do not hit E on the massive glowing portal-like thing.
It gives you the option. It doesn't automatically teleport them.
Right, but don't teleport to the ruin. That's the final boss, and you are very unprepared for that.
Yeah. Also, I find the ruin portal to also lag your game.
Huh.
Yeah, a lot. It's because it generates an entirely new planet.
No, what I mean is like just mousing over it.
No, not for me. That's because my computer's a beast, though.
Why? What do you have?
I have a I don't know what's in it. My brother built it though, but it was $2,000, whatever it was. Custom built from Micro Center.
Well, at one point in time, or I imagine I've spent that on mine over the course of time.
But that was not even with my monitor, my dual monitor setup, my mic, and my speaker system.
Just the tower.
Yeah, that was just the computer. Oh yeah.
How long ago was that?
Razer, okay, the computer was $2,000. All the other stuff put together was about $600.
Yeah.
Razer keyboard, Corsair mouse, double Dell, whatever it is, two Bose monitors. Sorry, two Bose speakers, two Dell monitors.
Yeah, but what
and,
resolution are they?
Oh no, and a Snowball blue mic.
Because the thing I found is that, you know, the game is going to run differently depending on what resolution you play it at. More so than most anything
Yeah, I have
else.
it maxed out and I'm running fine.
Yeah, but I mean, what's the resolution that you're playing the game at? 1080, 1440, 4K?
256 by 180. Not by 180. By 140. By 1000. Okay.
Yeah, 1440.
560 by 1440.
1440p. That's like that's what mine is running at as well.
Yeah, same here, but well, you gotta realize my game is lagging because storm.
Okay, so what do we do here with the portal then?
You do not go to
Okay, it asks you to do something. Go to quests.
It says find the source of the mysterious messages, and it will give me a reward bag. Everything's
Under
very
that-
mysterious.
Okay, go over to this grandma in the chair and hit E on her.
Oh no.
When
Okay.
her cursor's on her.
Doesn't she just talk? Oh no, she gives me the option to teleport. Do I want to teleport?
No, that's
you
not
click-
her.
You
Have-
click
have
her?
Your mouse, sir.
Oh.
Have your mouse cursor
Oh, there we go.
wall
Quest
cursor.
complete.
Yep, now you have treasure bag.
Yeah, I got a mysterious bag
Open it up and you'll get some loot.
that I have
Just-
no idea what to do with.
Click and drag, like click and use.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know what the loot's for.
Like you would. Okay, so you know how you eat in Don't Starve?
Mm-hmm.
Like you. Well, imagine. Actually, no, wait, no, that's not a. Wait, can you eat from your inventory? I can't remember.
No, you just grab it from your inventory, mouse over it, then you click it on it like you're throwing it, like throwing it out, like these
Yeah.
seeds.
What do you mean you click on it like you're throwing it?
Okay, so go into your inventory. Okay, it's kind of like
your.
go into your inventory, click it, go outside your inventory screen, and then left click it, I think, or right click. It's one of the two.
Left.
Yeah, left click. I'm gonna water this plant.
I don't really see anything happening.
It's because
Okay.
you have to have it on your mouse cursor.
Like you have to pick it up in your mouse. In your inventory.
What exactly am I trying to build?
Nothing. You're not
Okay,
trying to
Razer,
build.
go into a private call with me and I'll share a screen to show you what you have to do.
Why? You can just explain it here.
It's because it's much easier if I just share my
Remember, raising is streaming.
screen.
Just
Alright.
link it.
Hit I raising.
Click the little bag thing. Now drag it out of your inventory, like click it, then move your mouse so your mouse along with the item is out of your inventory.
Go into your backpack.
There you
tab,
go.
Raising.
There you go, he did it.
Okay.
What a weird esoteric way to make you open something up. I mean, come
I
on.
know, right? Like you're
Yeah.
Terraria. Wait, we could have just said that. It's like drinking potions in Terraria.
I most of the time in Terraria, how I drank potions was by equipping it in my hotbar.
Oh, you could do that too with it.
Oh.
Are you?
So apparently I got a mysterious bag. Problem is I
You got
have,
matter manipulator modules from what it looked like.
and they do what?
Above your
the-
beam up button, click the thing
It
above
says
the beam up
MM
button.
upgrade.
Yeah.
Where?
Above
Above-
your beam up button.
Right up. It's the arrow up, then it's your matter manipulator.
Okay.
Yeah, that thing.
The MM upgrade.
I'm gonna go do the mech thing.
It says I can't upgrade though. Oh wait, maybe
Well,
I
it's 'cause
can.
you don't have enough yet.
Oh yeah, it says
Yeah.
2 out of 3.
You can click on things.
The first thing I always get is the liquid thing, because that's really
So
good.
I really don't understand what everyone is doing here. Like, what should I be doing?
Quests.
And like building bases and junk. Pretty much go mining and build stuff with that stuff you mine.
Just build anything?
Pretty much. Like build a base or something.
Why?
So you can get NPCs and you can get stuff from them for free. You can get free money from NPCs.
And why do I need money?
But
To buy things or like I don't know, more minerals for armor or whatever.
yeah.
To be honest, this game is questing and build.
I'll tell you what it is right now. It's running at 2 frames a second.
Have quests.
Okay, if you were running on your own server, you'd be probably playing so much better.
I'm not sure about that because I have no idea if it... Yeah, maybe I should try that first just to make sure that it isn't...
Like I could probably join you that way, and then you'd probably be running so much better than.
I think we should raising just start up a single player world.
You think I
Just
what?
let him figure it out himself. It's
Start
like it's
single
game
player
meant
world.
for figuring out yourself. To be honest.
I've played through the tutorial back about 2 or 3 years ago. The big problem that I'm having right now is that the game runs like crap sometimes. Not all the time, just sometimes it's unbelievably bad. I don't know what's causing it to run this badly.
I don't know either.
Main activity from my lag.
Why, you're hosting this? Are you hosting this game? Who's
No,
hosting
it's
it?
not.
Okay.
It's a dedicated server. Mid US.
Okay. Yeah, it's not getting better, unfortunately.
It's not good.
I'd say it's probably been an entire minute already of running at 2 frames a second.
Okay, listen. I could probably run you a server that'd be better, but it'll only be a tiny bit better.
I think it's a problem with the game on my computer. And no, it's not because I don't have a good computer, okay? I'm sick of
No,
people saying
no,
that I don't have a
understand.
good computer.
You have a good computer.
I have a good computer, yeah.
Yeah. Probably.
Except it's only with the connection, though.
It's because the game is... Something's off about it. Let's beam to ship here. So now it stopped running at 2 frames a second.
It might be it might be this server. So I could probably host a server for you, Raising.
Well, even if he did, like, what would we do?
Okay, I could teach you how to play the game.
Well, no, here, oh, look. Here is, like, the fundamental problem that I have with games.
And you'd have better connection.
Somebody needs to sell me on the why. Why are we doing what we're doing, right? And Don't Starve, there's so many great whys. You're gonna get killed if you don't eat something. In 7 Days to Die, there's a great why. And every night there's zombies that are out there trying to kill you, and if you don't, there's gonna be a huge wave at 7 days. You gotta get up and build a base. With games like Terraria and Starbound, they're like, we got a kind of cool story, and you can build stuff, and
Terraria has no story.
Yeah,
Like-
what?
Most of the story you get is actually from the characters that aren't your sale. You get it from like their dialogue. But it's kind of, like specifically like Esther Bright, the Florin character, the Hyodal character, the Glitch character, etc.
Basically, here's long story short. If you don't do what you're doing, the entire, all the races will die due to a giant tentacle space planet monster.
okay, so we have an epic quest to do.
Except for humans. At least that's what one of the characters thinks. Thinks it's
Yeah.
a racist. He thinks it's a racist.
Even though it
with-
destroyed the Earth.
the character thinks that it had a good reason for it.
Yeah.
We are back with 2 frames per second. I wonder if I can kill this enemy here. It's going to be a challenge. Let's see if I'm up for it.
Raising, if you don't like the game, then don't force yourself to play it.
Nah, that's pretty much all we can say.
You're not... I'm not trying to get into this with the attitude of disliking it, but like, what would you think if the game every 5 minutes decided to run at 2 frames a second? It's the
a
weirdest
pile
thing.
of, trash.
Yeah, I'm gonna die now because I literally cannot fight with the game running at 2 frames a second. Ah, it makes me so, I don't know, not angry.
Well, it's an hour
Anxious.
left before you can't return it.
Okay, here's the thing. I am going to try playing it. I'm gonna host the. Yeah, I'm gonna try playing a single player. Well, see, here's the thing too, right? Even when I'm not on the server, it is running at 2 frames per second. Literally on the main menu, it is 2 frames per second.
It's definitely something with the game then.
Yeah. Wow, that's pretty bad.
Disconcerting.
Let me try playing something like Terraria once. Do you guys have Terraria?
Yeah, we have Terraria.
Do you want to
Yeah.
play it?
I'll have to go through a whole ordeal of
If we're not playing Team Oddloader, I could, but I have really powerful characters that I'd rather not use.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's another thing I don't like about the way Terraria and Starbound work, is this idea of a persistent character across multiple servers. It really ruins it for people trying to get into it, I think. Because imagine if I brought you into Don't Starve, right? And I've been playing, like I've been playing it for 600 hours, so my character is never reset, and it is the most ultimate overpowered character possible. And I would immediately drag you into boss fights with things like Toadstool and whatnot. You would not have the armor required to deal any damage. You'd get killed constantly, and you'd be standing around wondering what to do. And other people would be throwing around terms and whatnot, and you have no idea what's going on. It's all kind of over your head, and it doesn't help that everyone else isn't sort of on the same level. So they're just throwing so much advanced things at you, so many advanced concepts at you that you don't even understand the fundamentals to build upon. And that's one thing that I tried to do with people who join Don't Starve. I try to get them started with the basics. You get your armor, you get your weapon. Here is some food, here is some warmth. This will keep you warm. You fight with the weapon, make sure you always wear your armor when fighting, right? I try to start with those very fundamental concepts so even players who are new to it are on the same page, hopefully, as I am when it comes to what the game's core mechanics are. And I kind of know the core mechanics of Terraria, and they just, they're not that much fun to me.
Well, here's basically like they're really how Starbounder is basically like armor. Every armor is basically the same, just with higher numbers.
Okay.
And you can literally get every weapons from the start. Like every weapon you can find on the starting planet, from spears, whips, to guns, even the grappling hook.
Don't you have to make the grappling hook?
Well, you can find rope, which is basically the low-tier version of the grappling hook.
Madly says certain games like this are either meant for kids with their parents' money or people with a high imagination who can go along with the story and think of an adventure, if you understand what I mean. It also doesn't seem to be optimized well. It's not it's not optimized well on my computer anyway. I continually have problems with, like right now it's dipping down to 9 frames a second again. This is a problem I never had with Terraria. Or Terraria, however people want to pronounce it. If it's Terraria, I can say Terraria. I've never had a frame rate problem with Terraria. Which is why it surprises me that this game has such a big deal, since it's so much like the Terraria game.
Raising, I'm going to host a server and join me and see if you have any better connection.
Okay.
If you do, then that's good.
I think Raisin should just try playing single player, but well.
I'm not sure. Okay, maybe I can.
Might be good. Yeah, I don't know.
This is not a problem that I have with other games, by the way. Like I pointed out, I have over 800 games on Steam. I've never seen a game play this badly that wasn't like absolute shovelware. Like if this was a game that was made by Digital Homicide, I would understand it.
What's that?
You've never heard of Digital Homicide?
No, I have not. Is that a good thing?
They are Digital Homicide. They're basically people who buy Unity assets who try making a game as quick as possible with those assets.
Oh God, why? Oh God. I think I'm gonna pass out now. That's just no, that's not okay.
And they're allowed to get away with this stuff. Their games are still on the market.
That's because they haven't done anything that Steam doesn't like.
It seems not okay with specifically.
Dogmaster says
And
another.
This is why Steam is full of such garbage.
Thanks for the compliment, Dogmaster. I'm hoping it helps people who, because I see that question come up quite a bit in terms of what you should be looking for when trying to find or settle a base. Like, what do you want to settle next to? And Madley says, seeing this game, I'm honestly intrigued right now. There's a story, and I can go along with it as I please. Yeah, apparently, if it didn't run so badly, I would give it the time of day. But it's like they didn't. I don't know what's causing it. Maybe I should try another game to make sure it isn't something weird with my computer. Because it's still, yeah, this it's really bad now.
Well, I mean, it's Frisk's server and it's local host.
I'm not even sure I'm on Frisk's server though. I'm not even sure where I am. It says attend your graduation ceremony. I think I'm on my own server.
Oh yeah, you're on your own server then.
Yeah, okay. We're gonna do something with here with the graphics once. I'm gonna try turning them way down. Oh, this is probably gonna be a bad idea actually, if I do it full screen anyway. See, even when I'm trying to turn the graphics down, it's performing poorly.
Good.
Yeah. And that's another thing too, right? So you'd say, well, you gotta close other applications to run it. I can't do that really. Like I need all the applications open that I have open for the most part, right? I've got a web browser open for the stream title, got Discord open for the chat, I got the chat open, I got OBS open. I can't close these things. These are things that I need. So if the game can't perform with me having them open, then I just can't use the game because that's unreasonable for me. Yeah, right now
Well,
I'm saying right now I'm trying to play with the mouse cursor and get it right on top of the resolution setting so I can click on it. There we go, 1600 by 1200, 1920 by 1080. Have you seen the stream? Because I mean, it should show up there. What's going on? Like, I'm not faking this or anything.
Smooth.
What?
For me, stream was smooth.
Look at it now once. I don't know if you can see my cursor, but it's going to be going really slow. Okay, I changed it to a different frame, or a different screen size. I'm now running at 1920 by 1080.
It's choppy.
Okay, here, we're gonna do it at 1920 by 1080, and I'm gonna try joining the game to see if that has any impact.
Doing me or Aline?
It's the server that I'd done before. Yeah, this might be the solution here. It seems a lot more fluid. I'm just...
Just your graphics?
It might be something like that. We'll see if it has the same problems, but yeah, I lowered the resolution on it. It used to be running at 1440. I think it should be able to run it at 1440. I've got a GTX 1070, which is like one of the newest graphics cards. It's definitely middle of the line. I don't see any reason it should have really bad performance, but okay. For a game like this, I don't think it's reasonable for it to be that resource intensive, but go figure. Well, I'm back on the map.
Can you play the game now?
Yeah. 48 frames a second, so that's definitely an improvement. Don't forget, 7 Days to Die is not optimized well for long periods of time, but it is a great game. And you were lagging out bad for me most of the time, now it seems to be better. Yeah, I would agree. It does seem to be better now. So is there any sort of team-based objectives to play here?
No. Team-based just helps you with mining and resource collection.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hmm.
So technically you can be by yourself.
Is this an NPC? If you're looking for core fragments, you might find a bunch down in that old mine.
Alright, I sent you a party invite so I can teleport to your world.
Okay.
But yeah, I recommend building on your ship at the beginning.
Otherwise, what?
Just till you find a suitable host planet.
So this planet that we're on at the moment is not the only one.
Alright,
Correct.
so
You can start flying around your ship after Penguin Pete repairs your ship. You are able to fly around the galaxy at will.
I didn't see any invite. Frisk.
Are you on the same server that you were?
I'm pretty sure I am.
Alright, there we go. I said hi in the chat. Did you see that?
Yes.
If
I don't
you
know
click away at any time, you can miss the invite because it just treats it as a deny.
Oh, okay. That's probably what happened then. Yeah, so
Now?
no. Nothing. So what's really interesting is that it still has pretty bad performance, all things considered. I should open up like,
Oh, by the way, you're not full streaming on Twitch.
yeah, it's because it's not full screen, it's not 1440p anymore. I'm not exactly sure how to fix that. Oh, I have to try to capture it at a different setting here. Let me try something here. So this scene is going to be game capture. Capture any full screen application. Let's try this. No, it's still not displaying it
wow,
correctly.
Wow, I sound young on your stream, Raisin.
I'm not doing anything to your voice.
I guess it's just how Discord I actually sound because you do sound differently to yourself than, well, you know.
Yeah. I guess I'm just used to hearing myself through a microphone, so I'm not that surprised.
I have to, so, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how to fix the stream thing.
Not good.
I tell you what, I'm gonna get rid of the full screen stuff because that's causing it to run very poorly when I try to move between windows. I think we need to do borderless window. There we go, and oh, that actually seems to have fixed it. But I think I may be running at 1440p again. Let me see. No, it's still 1920 by 1080. Okay, that seems to have fixed it. Even though it does feel a little bit more at 1440. Yeah, it's full size now. So what should I build?
Okay, get a bunch of wood and try to start building a base if you can.
How do I get back up to my ship? Okay, I can just do beam up at any time.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it dropped down to 2 frames again.
Well, of course, when beaming up, because you don't really need frames when beaming up.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what it's doing. Okay, here I am in the ship. No, actually, now it's still 2 frames in the ship.
Not
Okay, now
good.
it's a little bit better. Yeah, 41. It seems really random when it does it. I'm not sure what's causing that. The lag, oh my. Yeah, I know the lag is just... it really, like, it kills my incentive to learn more about it. Because it feels like no matter what I do, I'll still run into that problem. I have a flare now. So how can I build onto my ship? Do I just carve hunks of it away?
No. What? You can't build outside your ship.
Right, somebody said I should build on my ship.
Yes, you go into your inventory, then you drag and drop items onto your ship ground.
And that's called building on your ship.
Yeah.
There's hardly any room on here, though. What should I
Yes.
build?
Probably
Okay.
basic crafting.
So pretty much,
Go to your, what was it? What was the hotkey?
Raisin,
Hit C.
try to invite me to your party.
Wait, what was your name?
Grillby.
Okay.
Grill, but with the BY at the end.
It should be Girl by.
It's Grillby. Don't question it. I didn't receive anything.
Wait, is it an I or a Y?
It's a Y.
I thought I invited you then. Capital Grilby, right?
Oh, there's 2 L's.
Grill.
How about now?
There we go.
But yeah, make an inventor table. Hit C. C is craft.
Good show. Yeah, I see C now. There's a rope. Wooden platform. Inventor's table. Here we go.
So you need timber, which in order to make timber, you need wood.
Timber.
Timber.
Wood that has been prepared for building. Common. Let's craft 7 of that. Okay, here we go. Now we can craft an inventor's table.
Yep.
Did you just craft an inventor's table? The game lags too much, I can't even read what it's saying. I estimate your chances of survival have improved by
What are you doing?
7.2%. I'm just reading it at the rate that it's displaying on the screen, which is really slow because it's playing at 2 frames a second again. Yeah, the resolution didn't seem to change much, it just made the... Oh, yeah, I don't know why.
Game run better.
It did for a while, it seemed, but...
I'm taking your door.
gonna completely raid my ship, aren't you?
No, I literally just took your door.
I'm gonna have to lock the portal.
Because he's gonna get another one when he fixes his ship.
Let's face it, the door was getting in my way anyway.
Wait, do you not actually want the door?
I think doors are overrated.
And they only stop mobs from walking in.
Exactly, and how's a mob gonna get into my ship?
I'm gonna try to trap your pet in this room.
Madly thinks the smallest things are lagging the game. And wants to know what the fluffy thing is. There was a fluffy, cute thing
It's
hanging
your
around.
pet.
It's a pet. It annoys me. That's why I usually get a mod to just delete them from existence.
Ouch. It's generating hearts at a whopping 2 frames a second.
Yeah, it can lag your game pretty badly.
I think everything lags the game pretty badly for me. I should open up Afterburner. I'm kind of interested to see what my GPU is doing. Oh wait, I can actually do this on a tablet. Just a second. I'll be back in just a second. I have it on my thing.
I made a mistake.
Go on, Frisk. Tell us your mistake.
I built with rusty panels. Oh no.
But yeah.
Actually, you know what? The game just crashed.
Yeah, I think the best thing to do is just refund it if it's just gonna be this much of a hassle.
I just want to see what the GPU is running at when I'm using it. Let's see here. Here, Logitech. I have ARX control. Isn't ARX control the thing that you can... I think it's the thing.
I don't know.
Probably have to log into it though. Maybe this isn't what I was thinking it was. I had some mobile application.
Just
that-
minimize anything possible.
No, I'm not gonna minimize OBS in Discord. It used to be able to show what your GPU was running at, but apparently they changed it. Connections. Oh, here we go. PC stats. How come I can't launch that? Or it only runs while you're actually playing certain games? Have you ever used this thing? It's called ARX Control from Logitech. Wait, maybe it's down here. Oh, here we go. Here we go. PC stats. Yeah, okay. I can see CPU, GPU. GPU usage is at 10%. So you know it's something else that's the problem.
What's going on?
I'm gonna join the game in just a second here. And this is actually really cool. I haven't used
What,
this
the
thing
game?
much. No, my Logitech ARX control. It shows me like my CPU usage and my GPU usage. 45% RAM usage. CPU is about
By the way, when you beam
30%.
down to your world, you're gonna see a little shrine.
You just locked me in my ship, didn't you? Oh no, never mind.
Press E to use doors.
Okay. Okay, time to get a table. Here we go. Inventor's table. Excellent. The question is, how do I use it? Or I just
press
You
craft.
place it down.
I have it placed. Do I just craft like
press E
usual?
on it, like, literally
You
everything
hit
else.
E over it.
Okay, there we go. We can make a foraging table used to produce items for hunting, mining, and farming. I probably don't have to do much of that, do I?
Don't question the weird thing in the ground when you beam down. Just roll with it.
I can either beam to the arc or the current orbited world.
Beam to the current orbited world.
Okay, maybe
Dark is where... What?
I was
The
gonna
arc
say.
is where we were before.
I was thinking maybe now that I restarted it, it will stop. It will actually play decently.
Earbuds, I cannot anymore. Falling good old Razer headphones. Though, there's a reason I say old.
Yeah, it's too much gaming stuff. Buy actual professional gear that real professionals use. You'll do better for it. Yeah, okay, so people told me, oh, I didn't have a good enough computer, etc., etc. My graphics usage is at 6% right now for my GPU. Frame buffer 2%, video engine 13%, video memory 49%. There's nothing maxed out here. My CPU is idling at roughly 27% usage, and the game is still running like 2 frames per second. You can't explain it.
Yeah.
It's not my computer. And by the way, I know this application works because when I'm playing Civilization 6, it will actually start to max out the GPU on it. It usually runs at about 80% with Civilization 6. So I know the application is actually not malfunctioning. Okay, I'm lowering the resolution again. See what happens here. $1440. I'm looking for 1920 by 1080. Oh, it's 1280 by 768 by. I think it's 1280 by 768 that I'm looking for here. But they don't do it. They just jump to 960 right away. Oh, there's 1366. Maybe we can try this. Okay, it doesn't seem to matter what you set the resolution to when you're playing in borderless windowed mode. And I did do a texture limit, by the way. So I think I already have a wooden workbench, don't I? This is a wooden... Oh, this is the inventor's table. Okay.
Yeah, that's where you make the wooden workbench.
The wooden workbench can be used to produce materials and objects needed to build a settlement. Oops, did I craft two? I think I only crafted one.
It makes building blocks and such.
Okay, I think I've crafted one. Madly says, this is what frustrated me with 7 Days. After a few hours, a lot of exploration, the lag would be so bad it would crash. I have played 7 Days in the past. And back when I was playing it was about a year ago at this point. I got to day 50 or day 60 or something, and we really didn't have any problems because I was playing with somebody else in my LAN, so the local area network. Yeah, I think we were at least day 60 without any significant performance issues. Of course, I wasn't playing it. I was playing at 1920 by 1080 resolution, in other words, full HD, not 1440p. Yeah, apparently this game is not going to work. It's down to 1 frame again, so I'm just going to... I think that's going to be it for Starbound. I'll probably refund it. But I gave it a try.
Yeah.
I don't know how to fix this. Like everything I'm looking at, all the metrics for performance say it should be running fine, and it's not. So...
It's
yeah.
Chucklefish's game being Chucklefish game. Even though, from what I understand, which a lot of people like.
Yeah, I'd rather play Terraria because at least it doesn't have performance issues, and I already own it. So, yeah. Anybody interested in playing something else? If Madly wants to get on, we can play 7 Days. Otherwise, if either you, Frisk or Eileen, you want to play something, I'm open to suggestions here.
I can play. We could try something else. I wouldn't really care all too much.
Something else like what? Any suggestions?
I don't really know specifically. I mean, we could try Terraria if you want.
I'd rather try 7 Days, but I like 7 Days.
That, so.
If you want to play 7 Days, sure.
Do you have the
I
game,
won't
Eileen?
be playing. I won't be playing because my computer can't handle it.
Oh, okay.
Is 7 Days free or no?
No.
It costs money.
Then I won't be able to play it.
Wait, you can afford a $2,000 PC, but you can't afford a $20
That's
game?
because I've been saving up for this PC for a long, long time.
Oh, okay. You're not like Josh then.
Flat broke right now.
I mean, you can try another game since you'll be getting a refund. We need to go deeper.
Okay. I need to have like a thing that I can put up. Just an icon. Here we go, image. Oh, okay, I can't do that right now. Otherwise we can just play Don't Starve again. If you want.
If you want to play 7 days, go play 7 days.
Okay, we're playing 7 days then. I like 7 days. It's objective driven and not long-term objectives. I don't do good with long-term objectives. I need short-term objectives. It's like making a YouTube video instead of writing a book, right? They're both objectives, but one of them is going to take you 2 years to complete, and the other one you can complete in 1 or 2 days. That's me. I like the fast turnaround times. I need to have like a lot of small... Oh wait, I gotta switch OBS over to full screen.
I made this little pylon in the ground as decoration.
Okay, there it is. That's a backup.
Oh, by the way, Raising, why do voice chat rooms keep appearing and disappearing?
On what?
On your Discord, like before there were 2 general voice chats and 2 Don't Starves for a long time, then they were removed, and then they came back for a bit, and then they were removed again.
I add and remove them as I think they're needed. So what happened was somebody asked for Brawlhalla as a voice chat or a room, so then I started removing some other rooms because I added that.
Aline, what? Oh no, wait, no, never mind. I saw your profile picture.
I was about to get triggered.
What is it based off of?
What is what based off of?
His profile picture.
Oh.
It's off one of my characters.
Yeah, it's some original intellectual property. I guess.
Yep.
You never really said what it was for. Well, maybe you did, but I forgot.
Just something to make me happy. That's what it was.
Mind if I promote my own Discord chat in here, as long as it's like okayed by the admins and junk?
What do you mean by promote it?
Like say, oh, just could you guys please join this Discord chat? We're trying to get so many things, and it's pretty much just a voice chat for specific games and like trading in said games, stuff like that.
I won't join.
Yeah, Madly, you can join. Wait, what are we gonna join? I'm not sure.
No, he just wants to promote a Discord group because he'll be getting free items for.
No, it's not because I won't be giving free items. I said it will be a trading group for items.
I don't like what's the benefit to people on my Discord?
Trading for Don't Starve skins, most likely.
Yeah, but I mean
and
that's
possibly free stuff. I don't know.
I guess one of the things I've considered doing is just adding a self-promotion channel. I might do that, so that way you can, people who come in can just randomly spam their stuff in it. That way everybody's kind of happy.
I mean, I do it in a I promote it in a polite way, like, oh, you don't have to join, but it'd be nice if you did, like, kind of like that, because that way it's not like join this chat, it's not in your face.
Yeah, but for me, when it comes to why do I join Discord servers, it's usually because of what they pitch. So your pitch is that you're going to give away free stuff, and yet you're broke. So, I have to wonder...
I have certain items I can give away that, like, I can sell items.
I can give away stuff, too, and that's another thing. Like, it's almost in direct competition, and I can give away stuff on my Discord server. What do you want me to give away?
I mean, well, the thing is, it'd also be a YouTube chat because I have my own YouTube. I'm not gonna promote it though.
Yeah. I mean,
no. You don't do that. You don't do that on a fellow YouTuber's channel. That's not cool.
Or Twitcher.
Or Twitch. Yeah, no, that's not cool.
Like, you can go and do your own thing. I'm not gonna stop you. I don't know why people have wanted to use mine though. Really.
It's just because it's so big.
It's not that big. Like, how many people are online? 66.
Well, there's a lot of people in the group.
Yeah, I know. So there's value. Okay, here's the thing, right?
That's
It's fundamentally an ask. You're asking me, will I help you? Will I give my audience your ear or something like that? And I'm saying, what is the value in return? What are you giving my audience that isn't already here, kind of? And you're saying I'm gonna give away some stuff.
More content, I guess. I don't know.
I'll just be heading out now.
Okay. Wait, Madly, are you gonna join? Are you gonna host mine? Playing a public one? Madly, can you host it? Wait, who was hosting it the other day when we played? Was it Rickety? It might have been Rickety who was hosting. Is Madly in the Discord?
Oh, check.
Oh, by the way, I have to update these for 7 days. Just in general, I'm not somebody who does self-promotion. I don't self-promote in other people's services and whatnot, so...
You know, I only do that with their, like, permission.
Yeah, and I'm just saying I'm not sure there's really any reason for me, like... Maybe if we did a collab or something, but it seems to be very one-sided at the moment, I guess you could say, right?
Well, I mean, they could get more content more frequently, so they'd have more stuff to watch, in turn keeping them entertained for both of us.
I guess here's the thing. I need to know a little bit more about what you do. So just DM me something. Show me like what it is that you're mostly about, and that's another thing. I have no idea what kind of
games as well.
I have no idea what your style is or anything like that. I need to know kind of like what you do. Just send me a link in private to like what you consider to be some of the most exemplary work. And if I think that it's got it has a lot of synergy, we can work it out from there,
I have 2 videos, all because of the fact that PS4 streams automatically upload to my YouTube channel. So, and they're both Don't Starve streams. So, I'm gonna have to work on fixing my OBS.
Oh wait, you don't do videos, you just do streams?
I do occasionally do videos. They are streams that get turned into videos, pretty much. Because it uploads the streams automatically to YouTube, my PS4. And I find that pretty useful.
I mean, that's...
It also streams it on Twitch as well. Which is awesome.
Yeah, Madly, are you gonna let me know in Twitch chat or in Discord? Does that... Oh, there you are. Okay. That'll make it easier.
Yep. So, you want me to host a server?
Yeah, try it. Because my connection is not the hottest.
I hope my connection's okay, because it sometimes lights out pretty bad.
As an example of the Starbound gameplay earlier, if that was being streamed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard it was pretty laggy, to say the least. Was it? I didn't get to see any of it.
I know for a fact it was running at 2 frames a second, so...
I could see how laggy it was, and it was pretty bad.
Full screen.
The worst I've had something run at is 30 frames on this computer. And that was because the computer was, like, dying.
Do you have a specific seed you'd like to use? Because, like, when you name it a certain name, it does a certain seed. Like, the one I was using was, like, called Major Tom. And there was, like, a couple of cities close by, and it...
Let's do that, then.
Okay.
I don't have any that I preferred.
Because I don't know if, like, you can name the same spawn the same thing, but I already have, like, a server open if you want to join that.
Okay, yeah.
I just have to figure out what password I use for it. I'll just...
Oops.
Oh, no.
Misplaced the password, huh?
It's a simple password. I'll just message it to you.
Okay.
Because it's one that I use with somebody else, so I think that's it. It's really simple. I just have to start it up. I'm just hoping it's not gonna lag like crazy. I'm just checking the settings to see if everything is pretty good.
So how do I connect to another, like a private server? Because I've only done LAN and public.
Well, typically, like, I have only friends that typically join mine, and that's how I have people do it. But
like through Steam?
Yeah, I think I can just invite you even without you being a friend. I just have to find you on Steam.
Okay.
Because I know that 2 people that have you as a friend added me on here. So I just have to
Wait,
find
have I
them.
added you?
No.
Okay. Well, I don't think you can send me invites unless you've added me on Steam.
Okay. That's just your settings then. So
Well, maybe not. Okay,
Do-
try it then.
okay, I'm just gonna try and click use song and go to you. Oh no, where is it? Yeah, it says you're online, so I can do that. And I just. Oh no, no, I can't add you to my thing because I don't know if you can join mine just randomly. So I think you have to be a friend to join into mine. I can make it public. Let me just do that.
Yeah, that works. You can also add me on Steam if you want. I really don't mind. I usually accept everybody who adds me.
My game's a public game. I feel like a little bit like a ditz. I'm like, oh, I think it's private. It's so private. No, it's public.
So why do you think you couldn't invite?
Oh, just when it comes to like Steam, if like depending on what your settings are, if they're like a certain privacy thing, you can't invite people to games.
On my end, I think mine is pretty open.
Because I have mine set to a certain way where like only friends can invite me to games, I think. So it might be just something weird like that because one of my friends, I had my thing private, like only like one setting private, and they couldn't add me to anything anymore.
Oh, here we go.
So
Privacy settings.
Let me just
Everything's set to public, so that's not the problem.
Okay, then I'll just go back and find her again. I just added you as a friend. I hope it worked because I'm
Yeah, I see
not
one
sure
to
if
invite.
it'll- Okay.
Okay.
And you should be able to, like, if I just hit start, you should just be able to join my thing. Because typically if you go over your friends list, like in the online section, I think that's what it's called. Like view friends list, and like you could like right click it, I think.
Yeah,
happens, and then you
the
just-
join game is grayed out though.
Okay, it's just
Oh,
because
wait.
I'm building the environment right now.
Okay, now it works.
Okay.
Here we go. Wonderful. So is this a
'Cause,
completely new world, or is it already partially developed?
I'm no, it's a completely new world, I think.
Okay.
I got a little bit frustrated with my other world.
Oh, there's a password.
Yeah, it's just the one I sent you.
Okay, it seems to be working. You can play this game in your laptop?
Yep.
That's
It
surprising.
lags out after a little while. I do have a pretty decent laptop. It was the last model for the Dell Inspiron like 7000.
Oh yeah, those are
That's what it's called.
kind of professional.
Yeah, so it's like I since I do a lot of stuff with like photography and games and little things here and there, I like having things being pretty overpowered for its time, I guess. I bought one of my friends the newer version of the Dell laptop. I saved up a lot of money for them just because they couldn't afford it themselves.
Wow, that was nice.
Well, they're pretty much like my only friend, so I felt like it was something I should have done.
At the moment, it says waiting for server, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's good. You're just gonna load in. It takes a little bit to load in, I think,
Okay.
because there's only like one other person that goes on the server, unless I set it to a max setting. But I doubt I did.
That's another potential downside. Is like when you have more people joining, it's also more demanding.
Yeah, I only have one other person on here, which is the only person I ever play video games with.
Okay.
And my microphone's okay, just to ask, because I checked your stream last time and it sounded like I had my microphone in my mouth.
It sounds okay right now. I imagine it's a laptop microphone, right?
Actually, no, I'm using one of those Xbox 360 headphones. This one's pretty good because it's not mine, it's my friend's. I just let him use it.
Oh, well, I mean, I can understand what you're saying, so that's usually good enough for me.
Okay. I just like I prefer things being clear.
Yep.
Just because sometimes my voice can get really quiet if I'm nervous.
Unfortunately, it didn't connect me.
Okay, let me just exit. It's probably something I said wrong. Or I could just start a new one, and we can go from there, like a new one. This one was like already pre-made.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. How about the same thing, everything, how many players? So max players, and I'll just do no password, so it should just be easy for you to join. And those skill streamers only. Mod options, standard options. Persistent profiles. Oh. Okay, now it should work after it loads up. It's just gonna take a little bit to load.
You can host this as a dedicated server, right? I might just put it on my, what is it, cloud? What am I thinking?
Sure you can. I'm not really sure. I don't know a lot about hosting servers since I typically play by myself.
Gotcha.
I only know from what you told me when I first started watching your streams.
Okay, it says it works on Linux, but it requires Wine and extra programming. Oh. Yeah, it doesn't look like something that runs from the command line necessarily.
Okay.
But you can have it hosted dedicated, so you don't have to do it peer-to-peer. Let me know when it's up, and I'll try joining.
I will. I just have to tell somebody to just like not barge into my room, because I have some people over.
Gotcha.
Like my father's visiting from Germany, so that's something. But he can get loud.
Okay.
2 playlists are from a while ago, mind you, so I can delete those.
So like one of the things that will cause you to grow as a channel is being knowledgeable in your area, right? You got to focus on something specific that you're better than average at. Just something to think about. Like if you want to actually...
Well, I'm pretty good at building concepts and such.
Okay.
Probably end up doing that.
And also keep in mind that many times you won't be able to plan for the kinds of successes that you have.
Yeah.
If you take a look at like how I ended up in Don't Starve, it's just I randomly put out a couple of videos on it because it was a game I remembered liking.
You can join in now, I think.
It says it's connecting to server.
Okay. I hope it's just not lagging out because of like where I am. Like disconnecting to where I am.
It says that it seems to be working-ish. It says initializing world.
Okay,
You might
that
have
should
something
work.
here.
I'm just trying to scope out where I can find a city because I like hoarding early on.
Yeah, it says it's downloading the hub cell data at the moment.
Okay.
So things seem to be progressing.
Yeah, thanks for the advice, Rising.
Yeah, no problem.
I've gotten the input of a lot of different YouTubers over the past few years I've had this channel.
Yeah, what did they
My
say?
original channel was, they're just like, they pretty much, to sum it up, they said a lot of the stuff you just said. Focus on what you're good at.
That is something that's really like, important to do, as like Raising said, because like if I ever started a channel, I would typically talk about things that like relate to a game I'm playing or something I'm very interested in, and try to make it also like inclusive to other people if they have questions or want to join to certain things like that. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
also the subscriber isn't even subscribing to myself, which is yay.
one of the things that frequently comes up is, gimmicks. Like, what's the value that you're pitching? For me, it's usually knowledge based, but others can do other things. Like if you're a comedian, you can be funny, and then that will be something that attracts people
for me,
to it.
It's more based off of the we learn together kind of thing.
I mean, that's an idea. There are some people who do enjoy watching.
And there's also things like if you're trying to make
There
money
are a lot of
off
people that
YouTube,
love watching people fail absolutely miserably, which is kind of my thing. I'm good at failing miserably, but also
Well-
ending up making it hilarious.
Yeah, if you could turn yourself into like a lolcow sort of situation where people come to laugh at you doing badly, I mean, that's the direction you could take. I personally wouldn't want to have to deal with a community like that, but hey, it's a possibility.
I mean, I can, because at this point, half my life has just been bullying, so I don't even care at this point. The hate's just like that. It's funny that they put so much effort into that, because it's absolutely pointless, and nobody will ever listen to them.
Put so much effort into what?
The hate comments, the hate commenters.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny. It's just funny.
Well, I mean, it works on a lot of people, actually. It takes a sort... Yeah, of course. Because it brings out the insecurities in people a lot of the time. See, you probably don't experience that because it's not... You're immune to it. Maybe you've grown up too much... You've grown up on the internet, and that's just become integrated into your life overall. But for a lot of people, yeah, that would bring out their insecurities. It'd make them self-doubt, and then they stop because they think that, oh, this person is right. What they're saying is actually right. I'm no good at this. I'll never be any good at this. You know, what have you. And then that will cause them to stop creating content. I've been there. I've thought to myself, you know, do I really deserve? Do I have anything to say? Really, I'm not that experienced at what I'm doing. They're obviously going to be like, you're competing worldwide. Obviously, there are going to be people who are better at whatever it is you decide to do. When you have a global, when you're competing on a global level, there's always going to be somebody better than you. Yeah. So you say, do I really have any right, or should I just move on and try to find something else that makes you happy? Because this doesn't always make me happy.
A childhood bully that was probably like, he's the kind of person you'd expect to find in a child prison. Like, he's that bad. I'm not gonna say his name, but if he recognizes my voice, I just want him to know in the stream if he's here. I hate you and everything you stand for.
So you think that's what sort of got you conditioned to like
Yes,
ignore
quite so.
the hate?
Quite so. He was actually that bad that like he had to be moved away from our school.
Oh wow, that doesn't sound good.
Yeah.
I guess, like, for myself,
And I
I'm
was
quite...
super happy. Like, all of the teachers, all the students, we were all super happy when he moved. Now,
What was
I'm
that?
not gonna say his name.
Madly?
because,
Madly wanted to say something.
Well, I was just sort of saying, like, I'm quite a positive person, and then some people who are, like, pushing things onto you or treating you badly is either because of some bad experience in their life. Because
no, this guy was just mean for the sake of being mean.
But you don't technically know that because you don't know him.
I do know that, though. I have heard his parents. They're quite nice to him.
But that's the thing. I know people that their parents can seem good on the outside, but on the inside they're terrible because you don't see what happens at, like, 6 o'clock at night. You don't see what happens out there. Typically, like, if I would use some of my family, for example, it's
He
like,
was my next door neighbor. I heard literally everything. I couldn't
Well,
not.
you could
So,
also have... Oh,
Here's the thing, if I might. You know, an environment shapes people quite a bit, and it's possible you're just not noticing what in this child's environment caused them to become
Might
as
be
they
it.
are.
I don't know. But not even the people at the school liked him.
then
See,
that
that-
also could have caused a lot of more anger for him.
Yeah, that can
could cause
actually
a lot
help.
more anger.
Because when you feel like nobody will give you a chance, then it's easy to justify all kinds of things against them,
A lot of people-
mistreating them and whatnot.
I have tried to give him a chance a few times. I don't know if he accepted it or not. I couldn't really tell. I think one of the times he may have tried to accept it.
See, like, for me, for example, like, I can be quite calm and controlled at times, but certain things can extremely tick me off, and I'll say things that I don't mean, and continuously say the things I don't mean until I push that person further away from me. what that kid probably was doing, because I don't really know how old you are, but in certain age groups, younger than me, I can see that they try to like hold a lot inside their cells because they don't want to just, be known as something else. Maybe he was thinking that if he showed himself as a tough guy, no one would mess with him. Maybe something in like his family, somebody was messing with him, and he started picking on you because you seem to just like him. Because that's typically what some bullies do. They pick on people who represent like what they actually are.
Yeah, I know. I've actually done that. Not really picked on, but that was like one of the reasons why I had a bit of a falling out with Grid Sketch, is because I thought I started identifying things in him that I didn't like about myself, and I apologized to him afterwards, but that was part of what was going on there.
And it's like also like some people like to bring in like different things when it comes to like bullying others, like in like family groups. Like I realized in my family, you absolutely cannot talk about politics or religion in my family. If you do, you cause a huge uproar. Like I ended up moving out at 16 when things started getting too bad in my family. And
I mean, my family doesn't really care about politics or anything. In fact, my brother didn't even vote because he's just like, I'm not voting ever. I want to make everyone on the internet angry.
well,
Because let's be honest, when you vote, you make everyone on the internet angry.
Well, that's the thing. A lot
It's a sad truth.
most people that live their life on the internet, they could be the majority or they could be the minority in the actual real life world. Because from what I've noticed personally, most people who are really bad at in-person confrontations let out all of their anger out on like Instagram or different sites like that. It really just depends. And I grew up in the in-between when the internet was just sort of becoming a bigger thing. I remember when YouTube on the App Store was just this little brown box, and now it's just this big red symbol. Also, Raising, I sent you one of those little friend thingies on the Ally board.
On the what?
So like if you hit, tab, and there's like this players icon in the top right, and you click that, and it shows like who's on the server with you.
Oh, right, okay.
And you can send them like player invites, and so I can see you on the map to see how close you are from me.
Yeah, okay, just a second. At the moment, I'm trying to hunt a deer.
I'm just sort of was talking, so I was walking around in circles for a bit.
This deer is not making it easy.
And I'm sorry if you can hear my cat in the background. She's very vocal.
Nope. I do hear the typing from time to time, though.
Oh, sorry. I try to muffle my hands a bit when I'm playing. But I can't really do much.
Well, I must be a terrible shot. Oh, there we go. Wait, are there any zombies on this?
Yes, there are. It just, when you start in certain areas, they don't, like, pop out instantly.
Okay. Ah, I'm not getting any bones. That's sad. Oh, there we go. I need to make a knife. Here we go.
It is not the spot. Please don't do that. Sorry. My cat likes to, start, like, pouncing into my hand whenever she wants attention, so she's being a little bit of a needy baby.
Wow, another deer.
Deer must really like you.
And don't forget, like, to make a bone chip once you get one of the deers down, or, like, get a bone from them, because you get extra material.
Yeah, I see the zombies now.
Yeah, I just made my pet. Oh, no.
Ooh, 2 deers.
I'm not very good at shooting with the bow and arrow in this one. I'm good with, like, the pistol, because that's it.
Yes, I'm planning on just building a regular base. Okay, here, Madly. I added you as a friend. I should be able to see you now, I think. Maybe
Oh,
not.
yeah, you're really close to me, actually.
Really?
This is the first time anyone's ever been this close.
Oh, wow.
Typically,
We're on the,
my friend is, like, 3 kilometers away.
Yeah, we're basically around the same pond here. I'm thinking just for the night, we could set up a quick base, yeah, around down here by the pond maybe. I could put down like my bedroll and everything. Yeah, this game does tax out my computer. I have to get a better computer.
I still find it quite fun, but it's just this game is very like poorly optimized from what I found out.
Huh.
Oh,
That's interesting because like when I was playing it before, it wasn't bad.
it's
I think
typically what I've seen like on the small like forum areas. But like a lot of people have been talking about how like depending on what settings you're playing on, it's going to be poorly the whole game's really poorly optimized. But I'm right now like on the lowest settings, and I still find it like it looks pretty good. But when I first played it, I couldn't stop complaining about how bad the graphics looked just because I was on the lowest one.
Oh yeah, I lowered mine too, and I'm noticing it.
1 second, I have to call somebody to come get the cat because she's hungry, I think, and it's pretty late.
No.
What are you playing, Frisk?
I'm playing Starbound, but I'm trying to build this neat pylon thing. I fell off the tower. Then I'm building with it.
That can't be good.
Yeah, and it's really high up. Thankfully I have my gravity set really low, so I can just use a rocket spear to fly.
Well, you know what? This game maxing all my stuff out might be the incentive I need to actually upgrade. Because the last time I upgraded was back in 2015. That's when I built a computer.
Show icon. There you
Yeah,
go.
you might want to upgrade your computer again, Raising.
I was eyeing one of the new 6-core hyper-threaded i7s. It's 87. Wait, is it 87 or something else? I forget. There's a new one that came out like late last year, I think.
But you see, Raising, this tower is almost like 300 blocks tall. And it's gonna be one of 7 pylon-like structures on the map.
Does that help you?
No, it's for cosmetic.
Oh.
Hello, EU.
Oh, we have what? Oh, EU joined.
Did you not hear her going, boo?
I thought I
What was
heard it,
that,
but then I
Madeline?
just assumed that it was you, I guess.
No, I heard the little. Yeah, no, it was you, Song. She joined.
Yep. Welcome. We're playing 7 days at the moment. Madly is hosting. So far, it's been pretty good. No real performance
Yeah, until I
problems.
start exploring, because I don't like staying in one place too long. I like finding a city and collecting things and then come back to my little place.
Nice.
The moment when someone uses your thumbnail for a different mod that has nothing to do with your mod. What?
Did you ask them to not do it, or what?
Well, I don't know why they do it. It's a picture of shields, and their mod does everything except add shields.
Wow. That's something else.
I don't have a desk, so I'm just trying to find myself to get comfortable. And one of the biggest issues I found is of
Huh.
ow.
Yeah, I actually got a really nice desk. You can adjust it up and down.
I'm still looking at like since
My desk is just some crappy IKEA desk, but it works.
That's the most important thing.
See, I saved up a lot of money for my studio, which was gonna be like the art stuff as well. But I'm trying to find like a desk that works for like my needs.
What have you looked at so far?
Well, like something sturdy because a lot of new like desks nowadays are made out of the compressed wood, and I don't like compressed wood at all.
Oh yeah, that is one downside to mine. It does use just regular, I think it's called MFD board.
Yeah, my current bed I have that I'm actually sitting on is made out of like all compressed wood, and it's also the wood that stains if you have like just a little bit of water on your hand.
Yeah.
And it was expensive too.
Oh wow. Yeah, I know for this desk that I have, if you want a new desktop for it, it costs $200, which is kind of ridiculous when it's just MFD.
I found a desk like I like my OCD. I like having things be like color coded to an extent. So like I was looking at a desk that had a nice grayish scheme on it, which was made out of like I don't know if it was slate. But it was like some sort of like stonish material. Just because it was like sturdy, and I like sturdy, and since I'm going to be doing a lot of art on it, it's kind of important.
You do art professionally, or?
Well, trying to, I guess to say. I stopped doing art for a couple of years because of health issues.
Oh, okay. But do you like digital art, or do you do physical art?
Both.
Oh.
Like along with like, photography as well. Like a lot of people, oh no. Okay, that scares me because sometimes when the tree, I'm thinking about the forest.
Yeah,
Never mind.
It used to fall and hurt things, but I don't think it does anymore. Like, I'm gonna have to make a lot more, get a lot more wood here.
See, like what I do for like the first 7 days is I typically have it on like, as I said, like told you before, like I like my games to be a little bit realistic. So like the zombies, unless they're like feral, that's the time they'll run. So at night they're still a bit more aggressive, but they just won't run at you, just because I don't want to. It freaks me out.
Wait, so you don't scavenge during the night?
Oh, I do.
Okay. Well, you're braver than I am. I usually do other things at night, like base building or crafting.
Like this is actually like the first time I've stayed around somebody instead of being a little bit of a pain in the butt and just being like, I want to go do this or I want to go do that. Because my friend has actually gotten very annoyed with me with restarting servers.
Wait, when you say you want to do this and that, what do you mean, like raid building or something?
Yeah, I like moving around a lot, and if I get tired of a base, I want to move again, but it's mainly just because of my OCD.
Oh. Well, I mean, I've never really built big bases. I usually just build ones that are sufficient to hold off the waves that come.
I like building in a building. My friend really he likes making very realistic schemes as me. So like he tries to think about getting one of those really big buildings, and just we think about like if we were in this type of situation, like what we would like to do. So different survival things.
Oh, okay.
Like right now, I'm pretty sure like where we spawned, either northeast to us, there's gonna be a city, or southwest. I can't remember which way it was. There's some sort of city somewhere, but I'm unsure if it's in the.
This is a randomly generated one, right? This is not Navezgane.
No, it's a seed. So
Okay.
This is like the Major Tom seed.
Right.
Which is right now my favorite seed. Just because.
Yeah, I mostly played Navezgane when I played it.
I really like that in general, like just the main game, because I typically find buildings that I spend most of my time going in through, and then making a small little hobbit hole and staying in there until I was prepared enough to attack them.
But you've changed, or?
I still like my hobbit hole.
Oh.
But I still like, I've started going a little bit more staying in one place, exploring. But I like to try to make it as fun as possible for myself too, because I can get bored pretty easily.
Okay. Well, like I said, I think the furthest I've got in this game is about 60 days.
Yeah, I've never gotten to 60 days yet because I keep restarting my worlds.
Huh. Okay. Well.
I'm probably not going to do that with this one because I really like the seed and I only restarted it because just something went wrong with the other one, like just something bad happened. It's almost like with like Don't Starve Together where just bad things happen, all of your people die and things get it just doesn't go well.
Yeah. Also, you mentioned possible performance issues. How many days do you usually play before performance issues start?
It really depends on how much I like explore, because some days I can go to like 14 to 16 with no issues, but that's like with very little explored. Well, not very little, like at least 1 or 2 cities found.
14 to 16 days? That's not long.
Well, it's because I also have like the days set to a pretty lengthy time.
Oh, okay. Wait, how long is a day in this game?
Hour?
Isn't that about normal?
Most people sometimes keep it at 30 minutes.
Okay, maybe that. I usually played it at whatever the default was, so.
But I'm also like on a laptop, so that's also another thing.
Wait, you mean you don't use a mouse?
Oh no, I use the mouse. I just like I know like when it comes to what's the word? The lag of like the game, it's worsened with being on a laptop.
Oh.
My laptop needs to be good.
Huh. Why? What? You usually just use houses to base in?
Yeah, just because I get scared.
Oh, okay. I usually build
The
these
hordes.
platforms.
The hordes bother me so much because they spawn in the direction that you are.
Oh,
so
yeah.
if you're in your base, you just get screwed.
I've had some pretty tense moments with hordes.
The last horde I saw had about 4 mothers and the big bloater guy, about 8 bloater guys, and the rest were strippers, which made me laugh.
Wait, in this world you saw horde? Or a different world?
No, different world, the one before the one before the other one
Oh, okay.
that I spent most of my time on. Because me and my friend, we found a nice city, a nice fire station, and we were just like, this is going to be our main base until 7 days pass, and then we'll go find something bigger to make it more worthwhile.
Yeah, this right here that I'm building is mostly just somewhere to store some stuff until we find a better place. I'm not planning on building this up much.
And surprisingly, I have, oh no.
Wait.
I'm getting infected. Nah,
Did you run into trouble?
it's just, I like to attack zombies a lot just to level myself up quicker.
Oh, yeah.
And now she's just sliding down the hill. She is empty, of course.
I'm really curious. I've been crafting fiber stuff, but it isn't registering as a quest? Really? Now it does. Okay.
You just, with the fiber clothing one, you just have to wear the clothing after too. Haven't done that yet.
I wonder what I'm wearing.
You're wearing nothing.
Oh, I crafted animal hide stuff. Darn. That was a waste. Ugh. I wasted up.
Like, I typically, like, I don't know what I've ever done with animal hide stuff. I typically just hoard everything in chests.
Yeah, that was bad.
But I don't die often in this game, though, which makes me really happy.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm average at it, but who knows? One of my real weaknesses is shooting, whatever. When it comes
I'm
to
really
games
bad
with
at shooting.
bows,
Not bows, bow. This game I can't shoot with the bow. It's just not fun. The pistol's fun to shoot with.
yeah, okay. I guess that's what I mean by it, is that games that require you to be very precise in the types of shooting you can do, right? So with this game, for example, you get one shot at a time. If I had a machine gun or something, it'd change the dynamic, I think.
I played a lot of Skyrim. Like, I was a really big fan of Skyrim. Still am, but...
Skyrim's awesome. Depends on which one you're talking about, though. You talking about Elder Scrolls?
Elder Scrolls, Oblivion. I really like just a whole lot. Even
Elder
like...
Scrolls was awesome.
Elder Scrolls
Especially
is not...
the one where you could just
What?
put fuck-
Elder Scrolls is the name of the
Well, Elder Scrolls
franchise.
V
It's Skyrim.
specifically.
Yeah, like... So, like, Elder Scrolls, Oblivion, Skyrim. Like, I really like them.
Because Elder Scrolls V, you can put
Oh,
buckets
sorry.
on people's heads,
I
and
didn't
it
just unlock that.
makes them not able to see anything. And so you can just pick a pocket them without having to up your sneak skill. And it's so funny. Because like, huh? Where'd they go?
Yeah, one of the bad things about this is we're not going to have any cooking pans and stuff.
I'm just gonna, like... I'm perfectly fine with, like, traveling further, and... I actually found quite a different... Like, I'll just sort this stuff later, but I'll just put stuff I don't need in right now.
Okay.
Put that down.
Here comes one zombie.
Oh, I love fighting these ones.
And I
the
missed.
collars were a bit of a pain. Oh, thank you. I do not like this guy. I was in one of the cell towers in one of my old games, and it was such a pain to deal with because it was filled with construction workers and the bloaters and those guys, as well as like mothers and stuff. It was not
Yeah.
fun.
Okay. Craft wooden frames.
I still have to craft a wooden bow. Just let me...
Yeah, this is a bad idea to build on top of a hill. I
I mean,
mean,
for the first 7 days, it's not bad. Whenever it comes to like the first 7 days, as soon as the 7 days happen, I just hide on the roof. They can't get me.
that's the first real test of your defenses. Day 7.
Oh no, I dropped my sword there. I don't like that sometimes with this game. It's like if you drop something down and it goes through an object and you just can't get it up and you have to pick it up again.
I don't think I've had that really happen to me, fortunately.
I drop a lot of stuff by accident and then just like either rolls down a hill or it hides underneath someone's bed and they just leave for a bit.
Turns out I should not have built that campfire before doing it as a quest. Now I'm gonna have 2
Yep.
campfires. I've earned skill points. Excellent.
Lucky.
Wait, are you playing 7 Days to Die, or...
Yeah, they're playing 7 days.
Oh, I thought you were playing Starbound.
No, I'm playing
No.
Starbound.
I tried
I was so
Starbound.
confused.
It was giving me 2 frames a second. It's in construction, isn't it? I'm looking for the skill that allows me to level up my axe. Is it toolsmithing? Maybe it's toolsmithing.
It's toolsmithing. Just
Okay, let me try this.
because I typically just level up toolsmithing and weaponsmithing first, and then I go for like Humble Pete and another one next.
Yeah, that was the one.
Oh.
I do kind of wish it was possible to see your hunger bar. Like if you could turn it on. The hunger
It's
and thirst
on.
bar.
Besides the character panel.
You can turn it on?
No, like if you hit B, it should open up your character, and it's like an instant, like you can see.
Yeah, I was just saying it would be nice if I could configure it to be on my screen full time if I wanted it to. Some people might not like that, but I kind of like to see my stats. It's the reason why I have my tablet right now open with the performance monitor on it, where I can see my graphics card is completely maxed out by this game. Which is disappointing, really. It's not, like, I told you it's a pretty good graphics card, right? It's the 1070. It's not old. I guess I'll have to get a better one.
I don't know what graphics card I have for my laptop, but I think it has a graphics card. I just know it's a GeForce GTX, but I don't know exactly what it actually is.
I'd be surprised if it was higher than the 70 series, because you usually have to get some pretty specialized, not specialized, but some specifically gaming laptops to see better performance than that. Oh wow, you actually organized stuff in, maybe not.
Not really.
Hey.
I just started throwing stuff in there. I will organize it eventually.
It's more
I like to
organized than
put
when
down
I
on
last left it.
I put everything alphabetical, which is a problem.
Oh wow, that's
I put a lot of effort into things, but I'm like, because of how long I've been doing this, I'm able to do it quite quickly.
I've always struggled to find what or how I wanted to sort stuff in 7
I
days.
typically sort it by what can be built into things, so like construction materials, health-wise, and hunger and food. So like hunger and food go in the same area,
Okay.
but whatever can give you health. So like if I make, I don't know. So like yeah, just construction, health, food, clothes, and weapons. That's what I typically have.
Now
Oh.
I'm curious how good my computer is. I don't know much about them. Surprisingly. Like, I know about software and stuff, but not about hardware.
Yeah, it's kind of overrated, to be honest. A lot of people, a lot of kids, I should say, grew up listening to like Linus Tech Tips, and they think that all that really matters is how well you can overclock your graphics card, and then that's the real technology. But there's a lot more to technology than just graphics cards.
See, I feel like I'm a little bit lucky because my brother is 12 years older than me, so he grew up around when like computers were just becoming extremely big. And he started building computers with my dad. And so he knows like quite a bit about how to make a desktop. He's really busy with work.
Wow, how many system builders do we have around here? Because Frisk just recently mentioned that. Wait, was it Frisk? It was Brickety who mentioned that his father configures systems. I didn't get any more substantial answer than that, but
If I tell you my processor, can you tell me how good it is?
probably not. You can try though. If it's anything AMD, I have no idea.
Oh, it is an AMD.
Nope. I'm an Intel and an NVIDIA user.
I
That's what
did find a trader actually, if that's anything to you.
You found a trader?
Well, I saw him over the horizon, like I can easily spot who's who.
Wait, how come?
Sometimes I don't know.
Why isn't this clay?
Where are you right now?
It looked like a clay spot on the
Yeah, that
map.
dark spot. No, it's the brown spots. that
Oh,
are clipped.
there it is, yeah. I just assumed because there were rocks there that it would be... But it wasn't. Huh. I forget what I even needed clay for.
Well, later on you need clay to make forge iron. And I think you need to make it for like a forge in general. Like, so you need clay for a lot of things. It's just good to have early on because you get a lot of it. I think I tasked my friend just to get clay and he ended up getting like 3,000 in a day, which was pretty awesome.
What kind of shovel?
I think this is by the time we've already looked through a town, so we had like a level 100 shovel.
Okay. Yeah, because you can really rip the world a new one with those tools. There was something that I always wanted to do for a video on 7 days, and it was going to be something to the effect of bringing down the tallest building in 7 days, right? So I was gonna.
I think I saw a clip of you doing a stream, and you made cement blocks all the way up to like a really high point, and then you just sort of realized that you couldn't get yourself back down. And then I just saw you jump off, and I don't know if that was like the first time I've laughed so hard to a video, but that really made my day the other day.
Oh wow! I think I had that as a highlight, didn't I?
Yeah, it was pretty.
I don't have many highlights, but that was one of the ones that I did from 7 days.
I think that was like the first time I've heard you laugh pretty hard.
Yeah, I'm somewhat reserved as a person. I don't usually express very intense emotions. So I've had people accuse me of fake laughing as well when I do laugh. So that's.
No, I found it's quite obvious. Like for me, like I guess it's normal for me to figure out when someone's in a bad mood or a good mood. But like with you, it's actually quite obvious when you get a little bit annoyed or if you're just a little bit tired, just from like listening to you for like past couple days during stream, which isn't a bad thing, but it's just I'm around a lot of people who don't like to show emotion, so I have to be very keen on hearing when something changes.
I guess that's a valuable skill to pick up.
Yeah, a little.
And then there's me who can't tell anything until someone starts yelling.
I'm not a big fan of people who yell.
Yeah, neither am I.
Oh, I got mini bike wheels, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think that's the one thing I have not built yet. Even on day 60, I was not able to find the parts for a mini bike in my other worlds. Which really disappointed me.
It's very useful, and I guess that's where my patience just starts to diminish with this game, is that I just want to get around quicker.
Oh, they're really good tires, too.
I think the first time I ever got tires, it was like a level 282, which I was a little bit disappointed with. Okay, do I remember where it is? I think it's there.
Oh, there's no sand.
Oh, yeah, sand's
Oh, there is.
Oh, yeah.
You have to go actually into the water.
But I think if, I don't know where you're looking at right now, you're in the water. So if you like go, is it south? For me it's north, but if you go like a little bit northwest, I can see the trader a little.
Oh yeah.
You can see what I'm seeing?
I think the draw distance is an issue for me. I turned it down, so that's probably why I can't see it.
I don't know what my distance is right now. I just kept it with how it was.
Yeah, so I used to play this last year quite a bit with my younger sister. And like both of us were really timid when it came to raiding things, raiding buildings, but the fact that we were both there made it more competitive. And so we felt compelled to actually venture out from the base and face the zombies in the buildings.
I feel like with me and my older brother, whenever we played games, it was always just a competition. I guess because our mom was a sore loser, so we always felt like we had to like get in her face about it.
Oh.
So like whenever we play like scavenging games or anything like that, we would just go ham.
I remember when I was little, basically my brother would let me play on his Xbox just to get me out of his face. Like, my parents would have him babysit, and I would love whenever he was the one babysitting, because he'd just sit me down in front of his Xbox the whole time and be like, okay, don't bug me. And then, like, I had this really bad habit of not flushing the toilet, and my brother told me, okay, if you don't flush the toilet, I'm going to delete all your save files. And that trained me to flush it really quick.
Oh. Was there a problem with the toilet?
It just scared me.
Oh.
Same. When I was younger, I was watching the movie Mars Attacks, and for some reason, it traumatized me to the point where I just didn't like to flush. Like, if I flushed the toilet, I'd boot it out of the bathroom and hide for about 10 minutes.
Huh. Like, how old would you say you were at the time? Because there's a rather...
I was 5.
Okay, yeah, that's about right then. I think when I was 6 or maybe 7, I was scared about what a certain faucet would sound like because it had never been used.
Oh, Trader Joe's is horrible.
I was scared of everything as a child. I was scared of going on the second floor of the house, which was the floor my room was on, because I was scared the floor would break and I would fall.
I'm afraid of quite a lot of things. Like, really, like, things that I shouldn't be afraid of. Like, I'm terrified of the dark, and I'm 18.
What do you mean, like, terrified of it?
I don't know, I get spooked very easily. So I live alone, and I just
Oh,
don't feel safe.
yeah, I can understand that, honestly. Which might seem a bit surprising because, like,
I like sometimes I get really bad paranoia. So with like small noises or my cat acting weird, it's just I have a bad history with certain things happening when I'm alone. So it's just added on. I also was one of those kids that slept next to their parents till they were like 10.
oh,
It was more so like my mom was in the military and I was always afraid of not getting her back. So I'd sleep next to her anytime she was home. So that adds to it too.
yeah, I guess I can
But
see
I also
that.
hate sleeping alone too. I still hate sleeping alone. I'm a little bit of a baby. Like my nickname is Baby just because I'm a little bit of a baby.
Wait, when you say alone, you mean in the house or literally in the same room?
Typically in the same room sometimes. Like
Oh.
I like sleeping next to somebody. It's
Wow.
just because, yeah.
No.
When I was younger, my mom would be like, "I'll pay you $1 if you sleep by yourself." It worked for one night. It worked for one night only.
Really? That's interesting.
I wasn't one for caring for money, but
I'm gonna go get dinner, but I'll be back in a little bit.
Okay. Now
I'm
it's
just trying to find an easy way to find a city right now. So
yeah.
I'm looking at the roads and the paths because if I typically look at a road a certain way, I'm able to figure out where a city can be.
Oh, it's a bit like Don't Starve in that sense, huh? There's a
Yeah.
road by the trader. Did you take a look at that one?
The road goes into a wall.
Oh.
It's a bit of a pain because sometimes the world generation does that, where the trader will just be in like a complete crevice,
Wait, it goes into a wall of what?
nothingness. It's just like a wall of stone.
Oh.
So basically, the mountain, it's spawned right inside the side of a mountain,
Oh.
and so the mountain doesn't really know how to deal with it.
They still haven't fixed that, huh? Because I seem to
No.
remember that being a problem
There hasn't
before.
been a patch. Oh, sorry. There hasn't been a patch since like 2017. So
Really?
like late 2017, like August, I think. It's been a while.
Wow.
I don't know where.
It's really interesting because that's about the last time I played it was, I think, in August of 2017.
That's probably where the optimization just went like to nowhere. It just went down into the trash.
Oh. Yeah, it could be because I was last playing Alpha 16, I think. I left the game on there, so it wasn't updating at all.
It
I
only
ju-
like
I just played that one all the time.
Alpha was 16.4 right now, so I don't know if it went up at all.
Wow.
I think I'm walking into the place I don't like to walk into. Okay, no, it's just I think it's snow. I'm better with snow, or it's not snow. There's this biome that's just like there's mines everywhere. It just looks like crap. You just don't want to be there. There's dogs. No, it's a snowy biome.
Huh. I think I hear walking. Oh yeah.
There's probably a lot of people around you. It's a snowy biome to that area.
People, you say? I'm not sure these are people anymore.
I was actually watching well, I've never actually seen the movie, but if you ever saw World War Z, I was looking at a clip of like the ending. I don't know if that's a spoiler. I don't like spoiling things. Like this.
Wait, what movie was it?
World War Z with Brad
Oh, okay. I've heard of it. I've not seen it. I think.
Pitt. If you ever feel like you want to see it, I don't want to spoil it for you, but I gotta think of another movie now. What's a movie that is stuff? Oh, I found a camp. That's nice. Oh, this is just bringing back flashbacks with that snake. I don't like snakes in this game. I love snakes in general, but the snake in this game really bugged me.
Yeah, they're kind of hard to hit.
They're hitboxes of pain.
And they're also pretty discreet. Well, I'm just being a coward here at the base. I'm not even sure what I should do. I have a feeling I should make something to eat, but...
I feel like if you want, you can like just like come follow me around and start scavenging. 'Cause that's what I typically do.
Even with these kind of tools, like, I'd like... What's the upgrade? There's
So
some.
that's like one of the only ways you can technically like upgrade yourself is start scavenging. So you don't even have to pick up anything what you open up. As long as you scavenge, it levels you up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just more cautious because they run at night.
They shouldn't be like only for like. So
Don't
I
they?
think with this one, like the way I've set it up, because I set it up to have them not running at night, only aggressive ones will run.
Oh.
So like certain ones, like what is their names? The lumberjacks. They will run.
Okay.
I think. So I don't remember which ones run, but they do pick up speed. It's just how do I explain it? They become more aggressive. It's like in DST where you set your settings to have added items, if that's what I'm thinking of. And things just get a lot harder than it already is. If that makes any sense.
Yeah. I mean, one of the few streamers that I watched was one who played a lot of 7 Days to Die, and their gimmick was sort of that they do like always run, where the zombies would always be running day in and day. I don't know. Maybe you've heard of them. I think his name was Jonah Birch. I'm pretty sure he still does it.
I don't typically watch a lot of streamers just because a lot of people nowadays start bringing really like things that I don't find technically should be in videos if it doesn't relate to what they're doing. So like if someone's like mainly like a comedy channel, I find that when they bring politics into it, it really just bugs me out because they might just be trying to fit up with like their media persona and not what they actually believe, like that type of stuff. So like I have very few people that I follow on YouTube.
Are that many really political?
Yeah, a lot of people like see like it really just depends because like I know you don't really like having people bring like politics into it, and I truthfully just try to say what comes to mind sometimes, or what I've just seen with living in a country that's very. I'm not a big fan living here, in all honesty.
You don't like Canada?
No, it's so like a lot of people who are on media, like that's what I brought into like one of my comments that I didn't actually have to deleting because I got embarrassed again, just because I don't like talking. But like in Canada, it's not as great as some people think. Like I would definitely prefer to live in America, only because I've lived with health complications my whole life. And I've been waiting 3 years to see a doctor at a hospital. And our healthcare goes to things that I don't entirely approve of, because everything that gets paid for here is by taxes.
Yeah.
So like, I'm a Catholic and I don't really agree with abortion in some ways. So our taxes go to that. And that sort of puts me out a little bit because there's always going to be that huge debate on who should pay for what and what's for what. And I know in America and in Canada, it's very out there.
Yeah. There are pros and cons to both systems, I suppose, but the way I see it, I mean, it is too bad that you can't get coverage in 3 years, or you can't see a specialist in 3 years. That does seem a bit strange.
Because like here, no one technically likes it. Like, so it depends on what province you live in too, because all provinces have different rules and regulations. And there's more conservative people here than you probably think. We just can't speak out because of the government. Technically, like we as in like, you know how some people use we as a different.
How does the government silence dissidents,
it's like,
political dissidents?
How does this explain? So like a more tight subject. So like if you have like a group of people who are in like LGBT, if you don't agree with that, you go to jail here, basically, for a lot of different things.
Wait, who's gone to jail?
I really like, it depends on like what you publish too. So like there was one person who published a book about something disagreeing with it and how it's a tight topic when I don't have a lot of stuff in front of me.
Oh.
Because I typically don't like to say things unless I have a lot of information.
Yeah, that's for the best.
So like I try to talk about things that I have a lot of information about, and I try not to have things tampered with, if that makes any sense. So like,
yeah, I think people a lot of the times hold very strong opinions on subjects they don't know much about, which is a problem, especially when it gets political.
I don't know. You're breaking up a little bit. I don't know if it's like some sort of lag, but your mic kept on going in and out, so I didn't hear half of what you just said.
I said I think there are a lot of people who have very strong opinions on subjects they know very little about.
Yeah. I've noticed that, like I follow a lot of different, like, more, like, I follow like conservative things just because it's more traditional, and I really like tradition just because it feels normal. It doesn't feel stressed to a point that it's changing a lot in society, if that makes any sense.
Society's always in a state of change. Like,
Yeah, I know.
what somebody would consider to be traditional in 2018 would probably be fairly
Different.
I don't want to say. I'm just thinking about
Because it really
radical.
just depends on
Radical.
where you
I think radical
live.
is the word that I was looking for. It might seem very radical if you went back 50 or 60 years. What is now considered to be more or less the status quo these days.
I guess like in like all of like North America, so like Canada and the United States, it's going to be very different compared to European countries. So like I'm very traditional in the sense of how Poland is, and Poland is still very traditional in the sense of like 40, 50 years ago. Just
What?
because that's how like certain European countries are.
Huh. Yeah, I've heard things
like-
about Poland. I'm not sure. Are you interested in moving there?
I would be interested in moving to Poland. Just whenever a war breaks out, it's basically the landing area for everything chaotic.
Wait, why is there going to be a war breaking out?
Oh, it's just like different economic statement. Like it's just if a war broke out. Is what I'm
Oh,
saying.
okay.
Because I keep up with politics like to like the T, and I typically try not to bring it up on like people's streams or stuff because I don't know when people like to hear it, like not to hear it.
I mean, as long this is the thing, right? A lot of the times when it comes to people expressing their opinions, they're very one-dimensional in that they will not
Compromise?
no, they're incapable of articulating the other side's points in any sort of way. Like, they don't understand, and then it gets into that situation where you hear somebody complaining about something, and they're talking about like conspiracy theories and whatnot, and I'm like, yeah, that's a conspiracy theory. It's not really that likely to have happened. You know, as long as you can have, I don't know. It needs to be kind of grounded in reality and needs to take into account.
I feel like a lot of things nowadays aren't grounded into reality. I remember reading something about how I'm trying to remember what it was. I'll probably find it and like bring it up some other time because I can't remember right here and now. But it's like on the tip of my tongue. I hate when that happens when you. Like,
Here's
you know
another
something.
here's another thing that I've realized over the years. I'm really glad that I'm not vocally very political, because my stance on things has changed quite significantly, and I would hope it's gotten to a place where I understand the world better today than I did 5 years ago, let's say, when I had a much less nuanced opinion of the world. And if I'd been out there just posting like the way I see some people do, very, very belligerently, let's say, on a lot of different platforms, I'm glad at the end of the day that history is not out there on any of my profiles, really. So I guess that's another thing, is like when you have the internet and there are like a lot of kids that are being politically active in maybe when they're 13, 14, 15, they think they understand everything. Like
I
how
feel
is
like that might have been like almost like a trigger for something that happened in the past like 10 years with like my generation and generations that are sort of following us through. Sort of like imagine like rebellion to like the next level. So like when the boomers happened, they rebelled against their parents to like the next level, And it's just like this never-ending cycle that I've sort of noticed. But I don't know, I lived in a family that if you lived in like a little fantasy world, you're not gonna really work out into certain things. I don't know how to explain it.
Well,
I'm much more conservative than I was when I was younger. It's weird.
oh, that's
So like when you're younger, typically you're indoctrinated to what your parents will say to you and what you learn in school. When I was younger, I've noticed that like till now, I've changed a lot with what I believe because I've realized like how it's affecting certain people. And like I'm talking about like people like from Poland and realizing how certain things are affecting where my family comes from.
Wait, how many generations removed are you from Poland?
My father is half Ukrainian, half Polish. So my
Yeah, but I mean, like, when did they come over from Poland? If you don't mind my asking.
I think I'm second generation.
Okay, so your
But,
grandparents were from Poland or lived in Poland.
Yeah, roughly. But like, when it comes to people like who come from Poland, it is a very nationalistic country and it's very conservative. So
Compared to the rest of Europe, yeah, I've heard.
yeah, and I do prefer that just because they like order. They don't like letting your feelings out to control the world, if that makes any sense. So, like, that's like a big reason why I've noticed, like, I feel like a lot of wars happen there just because they don't feel too much when a war happens. They're not going to be like, oh, woe is me, if that makes any sense. I guess it's also the military brat in me talking because I was raised with my mom going overseas a lot and witnessing things that most kids wouldn't witness unless they were living in a war-ridden country.
Sounds like a very stoic sort of worldview. I think that describes it.
I don't really know what that word means.
Stoicism is like one of the classical philosophies, Greek philosophies. I forget exactly who sort of advanced it, but
Really old school, I'm guessing.
yeah, Greek. You know, the classical philosophers and whatnot.
Okay, yeah, I get it. And you're still breaking up for me, that's why I'm sort of like barely
Oh.
interested in what you're saying.
Yeah, it
You're
must be.
breaking up for me too, so.
That's odd. Because Discord seems to be okay. So, but it sounds like it's definitely on mine. When you talk about stoicism, it's have you ever heard of like the stiff upper lip British chap kind of idea? Familiar with the concept? It's a bit like that, right? I'm just trying to find another way to like consolidate the philosophy of stoicism.
I guess I don't like, I know a lot of big words, but because I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. It's just sometimes when certain people use a really big word, I'll just look at them like, can you dumb that down a little bit?
Yeah, it's a very...
I guess when I'm not like, I don't know somebody
I'm gonna look it up
to,
just to see if I...
Oh.
Here, Stoic. Stoicism is a school of Hellenistic philosophy founded by Zeno of something in Athens in the early 3rd century BC. It was heavily influenced by certain teachings of Socrates. While Stoic physics are largely drawn from the teachings of... okay, that doesn't really give you a definition. Stoic, a person who can endure pain or hardship without showing their feelings or complaining. There we go. That's the definition that Bing gives me, anyway.
I guess I'm like also like censoring myself like quite a lot with how I'm explaining things, because
I think that's good. It makes you think, because here's the thing, right? There are a lot of very divisive words out there in the world. Whether you think, I'm sure there are words that you disagree with people using, right?
Hello, everyone, I'm back.
So that's why when people complain about not being able to say stuff, I'm saying, well, you're saying it in a public forum. It's about being polite, right? It's about finding language that we can all sort of agree to, a level that we can all speak on, because it's not going to really really activate somebody on a psychological level. It's going to be, it's not going to impact them. Like, it's not going to be something that drives them away simply because you say that, right? Because there's certain words that when you say them, you develop an immediate and very strong emotional impression based on the person who said it. And I think that's worthy of consideration. So when people complain about over censorship of speech or whatnot on online platforms, I think it comes down to more like what happened to just being polite in public spaces. Like, can we get back to being polite?
I really miss like the olden times. Like I do, just because I'm one who just sometimes I can't censor myself to a certain way to fit with how certain governments are and certain social societies are. Like, I don't have a lot of social media just because I'm not a big fan of seeing some people I follow get taken off just because they disagree with how certain children are being brought up, or if this happened like 10 years ago, it wouldn't be accepted. But I remember reading one comment about how some of society's turning out to be, and back when, around like when I was born, people would still be putting like almost into insane asylums just because mental illness was still like very highly known back then. But it was more so you wanted to make sure that whoever was ill, they get help instead of being nourished into it, if that makes any sense. I don't really know how to explain it properly without.
I'm not quite sure how we got into mental illness.
It's because it's like it's also like I don't just skip the topic, because sometimes when I'm censoring myself, I start going on to a different topic.
Language is a tool. I'll use it to the best of my ability to achieve the results I want. What, Frisk?
Hello, I'm back now.
Welcome back. Your presence has been recognized.
I have no idea
Acknowledged.
what's going on.
I guess I do have a habit of making people talk about certain subjects by accident.
Yeah.
It's not something like, I don't know.
As long as you can keep it on like a philosophical level.
I try to keep it quite filtered, since I know like how your audience is, and I know.
Wait, what is my audience like?
No, there's like younger audience. When you have a younger audience, I don't want to say anything that makes them question anything or anything like that. If that makes any sense. I'm just gonna stop.
Okay. I mean, the thing is, I do care about these subjects, but a lot of the time I think that too many people without enough information speak very strongly about them.
I guess since we're talking sort of like on a platform that's like extremely public, I'm not really saying entirely 100% what I mean, if that makes any sense.
But that helps you think more critically about what it is that you really, without using charged language, it helps you articulate what it is that your concerns are.
One of my friends is able to really say whatever is on their mind, and they typically don't get much of a repercussion because most people understand. But it's also like, I get quite annoyed if I can't say certain things just because one person might just be a little bit upset about it, if that makes any sense.
Well, it depends. Do you value the community cohesion? That's why I'm okay. So here's a term that's frequently thrown around, that PC culture has gone too far. They'll say. I'm saying I'm not PC culture. I'm polite culture. I'm in favor of being polite to other people.
Yeah,
unless
like for me, I have this like little saying is that I will respect somebody even if I don't like them, but until they disrespect me, then I don't really find a point in still holding that respect to a high part inside me.
I wish I was
but
better
I'll
at that.
still respect them to an extent. Unlike one of my friends, like they're not afraid to disrespect those that they don't like. But I guess also living in like a type of family I've lived in, I've learned to keep myself almost censored. But I typically find if I had a better outlet, what I think, I feel a little bit more comfortable saying what I say. Just because I do live in a country that doesn't really accept anything anymore except what's PC, which really sort of sucks.
I think it helps bring the community together. Because you learn to express yourselves in a way that is not hostile towards other people, usually.
Also, I think I found like a road towards the city. I'm unsure.
This is a very barren. Like this is the first car I think I've seen since I've started playing.
Oh, I think. Oh no, I know exactly what area you're heading into, and you're not gonna have a fun time.
In
That's
what
where all
way?
the doggies are.
Oh,
The dogs
really?
are not fun. So like, if you, I don't know if you notice the change in grass, but as soon as it starts turning that like disgusting green color, you gotta watch out.
It looks about the same color at the moment.
Okay, so like you're close, because on my map I went over to somewhat where you are, but not really at the same time, because I went a little bit more south northwest, I think. Okay.
Oops. I'm infected now.
I'll go straight to a city and start to find honey for you then, because it's pretty easy to find.
Wait, do they no longer spawn honey in tree stumps?
Basically anything can spawn in trees now.
Because honey used to be pretty popular, from what I recall. You could find it in tree stumps. Do you still use the whole stand on the car and hit the zombies thing?
I think the car will eventually blow up if you try to stand on it.
Yeah, eventually, but unless you have like a police officer on
No,
you.
the snake blew it up on me, remember?
Okay.
Just to, it depends, like the black ones, the ones that are just like the inside of the car, that doesn't blow up. But like ones that still have the outside on it.
The terrain here is just the worst. The hills are ridiculously steep.
Let me see where you're at. Yeah, you're going a non-fun way.
Wow, what's over here besides dogs? Dogs are not like a big deal to me.
So if you're in the greenish, like the brownish greenish color, you're most likely going to have to deal with little bombs everywhere.
Little lots?
Oh, landmines.
Oh.
Yeah, I forgot the name for them for a second.
These zombies have the worst reach. Yeah, this is what happens when you try to fight on top of a very steep hill.
I found a splint. Not like that's something help.
It helps if you're jumping a lot. Oh, that deer. Turned and ran the minute I shot an arrow. I think it's having difficulty navigating this very steep terrain as well. What it's doing does not look very natural. I found one stump here. No honey. Yeah, I'm not familiar with this map at all.
Yeah, typically, you won't, like, have, like, 7 days to die is like, whatever name you put into your,
It generates a seed.
yeah.
Oh, there's Yucca
So, like-
over here. It's not all bad.
Oh, pick it up.
Also, aloe vera. Can't I make herbal antibiotics out of aloe vera?
Yes, aloe vera is really good for, like, healing yourself. I'm gonna have to make some eventually because I've already gotten a -1 on my health just because I get hit a lot.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that does sound like a lot. I don't think you used
Yeah.
to take negatives like that just from getting hit.
Well, it's only when you hit a certain amount below. I'm 55 health right now.
Okay.
Just because I'm being a little bit reckless and I'm really thinking hard for some reason. Just because, like, I don't know. I don't really have good. I'm not like that. I don't have good social skills. It's just I regret. I don't regret a lot of what I say. I'm afraid of triggering someone and then dealing with the repercussion. If that makes any sense. Because I know a lot of people like on for YouTube comments don't really care about what they say or getting like anybody getting mad at them. But I just like people being happy a little. If that makes any sense.
I don't know.
I guess when I
Seem to be
talk for
doing
long,
fine to me.
okay, yeah. Well, I just when I talk for a long period of time, I start getting a little bit nervous, and then I start rambling on about things that don't technically make any coherent sense.
When you
It's
say
just a lot of.
when you say when you
fun.
talk a lot, you mean without somebody interjecting or what?
Hmm.
Like what do you mean by when you talk a lot?
Well, like when I'm just talking to somebody I don't know too well, I get a little bit nervous.
Oh.
And then I start jumbling along about stuff, and I might say things that I would say to somebody I'm comfortable with, and then I start being like, no, don't say that.
Ah.
Because sometimes, like, my beliefs and the way I sort of live my life doesn't go well with somebody else's, because I don't know. I'm somebody that can typically go from like one side to another and understand both sides, but I still have my own
Yeah, is it really
ideas.
is it really important that that the people you talk to are on the same spectrum, not spectrum, believe the same things you believe?
I guess it's just how I grew up. If I said something that somebody didn't entirely agree with, it would not go well with me.
Oh.
It would not go well with me, but go well with them. You get what I'm sort of hinting at?
Maybe. I'm not sure. But for me, my thing is that if you can be polite, I don't know. There are things I have.
For myself, I have like a lot of
There are some things I won't tolerate. It should be noted that I've actually lost my cool a bit in chat. When I think it was somebody at Frisk invited in, there was somebody Josh invited in.
It was Frost.
I don't know. Are you thinking of the same? Are you thinking of the same event? It was the guy linking the document.
The Star trolling event.
No. This guy, he was linking a dissertation or something.
Oh no.
Remember, I kind of lost my cool on that.
That wasn't me. The guy who was linking the IP thing.
No, he was actually linking a Google document that he claimed to have written. And I looked at it and I was like, no, this is propaganda. Do not put this here. Then he was like insistent that it was, so I started saying some things to him that were pretty mean. And I wish I hadn't done that, but like, yeah, that got me. Wait, you do remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that, but that wasn't.
I think it was somebody Josh knew who did that. So yeah, when you say stuff like you don't know how people react, well, most of the time I'm pretty chill. If you start pulling stuff like that, I'll probably shut you down pretty quick.
I guess it really depends, because like I know that some people, when they think about propaganda, it really depends on what that propaganda is to them, because it really depends on how much they know compared to another person.
Well,
I'm very lenient with what people say to me.
When I talk about
where my family's from.
I don't know, when I'm talking about propaganda, I'm saying like somebody regurgitating talking points that you know come from a certain source. Yep, okay. I found... I killed another deer
here. It's also
here.
like, I'm a little bit nervous talking just because when somebody... Like, you are breaking up a lot, and so I'm trying to like listen to what you say, and because I'm trying to...
Tell you what, I'm going to disconnect from Discord and reconnect it.
Okay.
Okay. Let me know if anything changes.
Okay.
It might just be that my computer is so taxed out that it can't handle
like,
the
I can
voice.
hear you a bit better right now, which is actually like, really nice for me. Oh, I walked into a position. I found a little town.
That sounds better than anything I found. Okay, so I'm curious. What exactly brings you to my stream, for example?
I guess your voice calms me down. If I don't know. I'm already as nervous as I am, so I don't want to say anything stupid.
I confess, I'm the same way. His voice calms me down.
I guess like when I'm like I feel comfortable to talk, and then when I start talking about things I'm comfortable with, I start taking it back, and then I start like the only thing I typically regret is not saying something I really want to say. But then like this whole whole conversation that we had, I kept on changing the subject here and there just because I'm sensitive. I'm quite a sensitive girl. I'm very sensitive.
Wait.
But I'm typically like only sensitive to.
You're sensitive, but you use 4chan. That doesn't.
Yeah.
That seems to be a little bit
8chan,
contradictory, doesn't it?
Okay. I'm sensitive towards like. I'm not sensitive in the typical way people are sensitive. I guess it's more so what. I don't know how to explain it. It's just how like it comes together with how shy I am.
Okay.
I guess I'm probably gonna like I don't know how to explain it.
Okay, I gotta stop engaging these zombies here. I'm getting beat to hell.
Yeah, don't end up like me where your health is just gonna go below.
This is just so weird. There's desert on one side and a snow biome on the other. It's like I walk across the border and it goes from 80 degrees to... I'm using freedom degrees here.
I was gonna say welcome to Canada. I mean, like, sometimes, like, I've lived in Manitoba, and Manitoba probably was, like, my favorite place to live in, just because I lived on a military base, and that was fun. Oh, I'm gonna die.
No. I found a house. I finally found my first structure since I've been playing on this map.
Oh, I found a small town. I found a house. I found, I think, I was gonna say a strip club, but I'm pretty sure this isn't a strip club. But I guess since I'm less, I guess I'm nervous and I'm not nervous at the same time. It's just not fun.
You're nervous because you're around people, but you're not nervous because of his voice?
It's like yes.
I'm not wrong. I'm teasing you, by the way.
Well, it's more like I feel comfortable after a while, like watching somebody, and I don't typically, if someone's like a YouTuber or like some sort of celebrity, I just try to look at them like as if somebody I just met on the street and slowly started to talk to, if that makes any sense. I try not to give somebody, I don't know how to explain this.
Yeah, you tried to avoid the whole starstruck idea.
Well, it's like if I met somebody who was like Tom Hiddleston, I wouldn't scream, jump up and down, and like bow down to him just because I don't agree with that. I find that like, one, he's another human being. Two, he just has a nice paying job. Like that's basically it.
Yep.
That's basically like I try to look at it in a way that like I don't know.
Oh my god, I actually should keep that cam. I just realized.
I feel like with all this talking, my brain is just like overloading itself. It's just like you need to stop now, or you're gonna die.
That's not good. In general, here's the thing. When it comes to when I'm playing games and stuff, I just like to be able to talk to somebody in the background if I'm streaming.
Like when it comes to me, like I try like I don't know. See, like I try to say things that some. Okay, give me a second. I need to think about this.
I really wouldn't want there to be any sort of power dynamic involved, even though I imagine it's pretty much unavoidable, but like I'm not looking, what would you call it? Because there are some people out there who are looking for like fame and whatnot, and that's why they do what they do. For me, it was more about, you know, building a community around like mutually reciprocated values. So like I have my doors pretty much open to anybody who's interested in joining. But like if you're not a good cultural fit, I will encourage you to not be around, right? Because I'm not interested in that kind of conflict, I guess you could say.
I guess for like when I'm like able to sit down and think about something before I talk, like I'm not good at just talking. I need to sort of sit there and think about it for a little bit, just because I find that what I say and my actions will affect things like dearly. And so like I guess I'm somebody who doesn't regret past choices, but at the same time regrets them. I contradict myself a little bit here and there, just because I get scared.
Yeah, but I mean, what exactly are we scared of here?
It's more like personal stuff that I've dealt with in my life, so like it's like that type of stuff. Where it's like something in the past just really got in your head, and it's something that's hard to get rid of.
Sure, that happens to us all. I've had my moments. I have a lot of difficulty trusting people in general, which is why if I feel like you betrayed me, I will take it very personally.
That's something like I have too, because I mean I'm also watching like watching what I say, because like I was actually looking back at your stream to see how long they sort of stick around. Just because,
I think it's 2 weeks.
yeah. So like typically knowing what I say here will be lost in the void. That fits suit with me. Just because I don't have time to sort of collect my thoughts and speak. I just sort of speak.
There are benefits to speaking. Off the top of your head, I guess.
I typically don't have a filter when I talk.
Yeah, but see, what does that mean?
Well, some people like might say that what I'm saying is not entirely good in their opinion, but it's like one of those things. It's like it really depends on who the person I'm talking to is, because one, they might get offended, two, they might not get offended. It's really a hit or miss.
Okay.
That's with like a lot of people, and I do think about my actions and my thoughts a lot of the time, and I typically apologize right after if I say something to somebody who did get offended, but at the same time I might not care. So
I mean,
it just really depends on who I'm talking to.
I think that's about as much as you can expect. Like, as long as you acknowledge that, if you're not going out of your way to hurt somebody else with the words that you use, you know, if you say something and they say, look, that I don't find it to be cool, I say, okay, well, I value the time that we spent together. I can change the words that I use to make it something a little bit less antagonistic towards you, and I think that's valuable, especially to bring people together who don't necessarily have, because like
why is gonna be fun. Sorry.
Wait, what are you dying from?
Oh, it's just I got stunned, and when the big guys stun you, they do about 20 damage a piece. Oh,
okay. Well, that reminds me, I left all of my leather armor back at the base. It's a good thing I got some snowballs here.
Since we're gonna just be like camping out where you put the little base there, I'll come back and make another storage chest just to organize stuff.
Okay.
I guess the more like I'm sort of here talking and chat, the more comfortable I am with what I say. It's just...
I'm glad we have somebody who's interesting. Too much of the time I have, I shouldn't, because this is in a way throwing shade at some people, but...
Okay, you just said I'm interesting, and the person in me is just like, no, please, no.
Well...
I get embarrassed by anything little, like the smallest thing.
You know
Even if it's like something to not be embarrassed about, I just... Yeah. I'm sorry for interrupting again.
Wait, what are you embarrassed? I don't understand. What are you embarrassed by?
I don't know who to say. I don't know if you're talking to me, if you said somebody's interesting, or if you're talking to somebody else.
Oh, no, I was saying that...
Thank God.
These conversations are more interesting to me than a lot of what I usually talk about on stream.
I guess it's because I am interested in a lot of different subjects. So like I love politics, I love history, I love a lot of different stuff. But at the same time, like I'm not like a typical person. Like you walk like that's cheesy to say. Like walking down the street and you meet somebody. Like a lot of times people are like afraid to say what they think because they're afraid to trigger somebody. I'm somebody that you could say if you completely hate me or you hate the color I am, I'll just be like, okay, bye. I don't care. Like I'll just continue walking. I'm not gonna get infuriated by somebody like that just because they're trying to get something out of me.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. Because a lot of people nowadays, it's all not built on emotion, but at the same time is very highly built on how people feel. And I'm somebody who...
You just said you were sensitive. Isn't that in regards to your feelings?
Oh no, like I'm sensitive in a different way. It's like it rages really deep. Okay.
Good at like sensing other people's emotions, maybe.
Oh, there is a word for that. What is it?
Empath.
Empath? Yeah, I suppose. Wow.
No, I'm okay. So
what are the odds?
If you didn't know, if you also go to the player tab, you can hit the check mark to track me, so you can see where I'm coming from.
Okay.
Just
wait. So are we not going back to the base?
wait. Where's the? Oh, the base is down here.
I don't know. What have you been using for food recently?
I found 2 blueberry pies. I got lucky.
Okay. I mean, I'm okay, but I still have this infection to deal with. I also have 11 meat and 40 eggs.
I was trying to find you with stuff, and I was trying to find some chrysanthemum. But we'd also need mushrooms.
We really need a skillet to start making stuff.
I have like 4 cooking pots.
Oh wow, okay. Because you found a town.
Yeah. It's like one of those old hick towns like you'd see in Red Dead Redemption. Imagine like you just walk into a western town. That's basically what it looks like.
Okay.
But
I can't decide what to get rid of here.
I am.
Your Skyrim keeps crashing.
Yeah, I've been noticing you up in the corner. It just keeps on saying like Elder Scrolls, Elder Scrolls, Elder Scrolls. But like my conversations, I try to. It's not something I mean to do, but I sort of test the limits. If that makes any sense.
Why?
I try to see how much I can say to somebody, just to sort of feel comfortable myself.
Okay.
It's more so just about comfortability with me because I typically don't like to talk to people online.
Yeah, so I mean, that's what I find a bit curious then. Like, what the type of people that are around here? What brings them around to what I'm doing? How many people are in here? Oh.
4.
Wait, that's Madly. Wait, no. I mean, like in the game.
Oh.
It's just.
Should just be us.
Oh, why are there 4? Why are there 4 bedrolls?
Oh, I did that. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'm just gonna destroy this campfire here. It's not needed. Okay, there we go. So do you have the skillet by any chance?
Yes, I do.
I guess in one way, the reason why I'm interested in knowing what brings people about here is because I want to see if I'm having the impact that I'm hoping I have.
See,
like if my message is more or less on point with what I'm trying to make it.
See, I feel like with what I've been talking about so far, like that I sort of didn't really mean to bring up like some politics. Like I try not to do that a lot. It's just I don't know how to socialize very well with people. But like not in like the extreme like nerdy way where it's like those typical movies where the person has those glasses and they're snorting all the time, like that type of social awkwardness.
Okay.
But like the other stuff.
Yeah, I mean I'm a pretty introverted person as well, so like you're not gonna get any flack from me for that. I'd prefer to hang around just a few people than have a constant carousel rotating past me, so to speak. But at the same time, you know, part of, like, one of the things about doing the channel was the ability to sort of force myself into situations where I would have to put up with new people, and like you see how would you react to a situation like that. I think that's a learning experience.
What I was sort of trying to get across earlier, what I was talking about is that, like, I was trying to see about how I am when I talk to people as well. Because I was just sort of saying what comes to mind, but sometimes I have a really good memory, but my short-term memory sort of goes off like a fish. So I'll be talking about something, and then I'll just be like, what am I talking about? Oh no, not again. It gets a little bit embarrassing sometimes because I currently have no clue what we were talking about before. I have somewhat of a clue, but my brain's just not functioning properly to it. If that makes any sense.
Well, I guess one thing that I would recommend, and I know it sounds like I know the reason why you do it, but you seem to seek approval a lot in what you say or after you say something. For example, like, we all have...
It was more so because there was one instant I was in a co-op thing, and I might not agree with a certain group of people, or I might not agree with something, but because of where I live, I have to be okay with it in their sense. But as soon as I'm being...
No, I mean, the way you come...
yeah,
this isn't meant to be a criticism. I'm just saying, one of the things... What is it you say? You say it a lot. I've noticed... Like, not to be mean or anything, but I've noticed you say this one thing a lot. And I'm just pointing out that, to me, it comes off as if you're seeking approval a lot of the time. Like, you want your opinions to be validated, perhaps.
I just like hearing what somebody thinks. I'm very open to hearing, like, if somebody is okay with what I'm saying to an extent, because I don't want to hurt them. Because I say if that makes... I say if the way that you're probably saying it, that makes sense.
That's what I'm referring to. Yeah, that's what I'm referring to, if that makes any sense.
It's also how nervous I am. I typically say that the most when I'm nervous.
Okay.
That's
it's just something you might want to keep in mind, that's all.
I'll probably stop saying that now.
No, don't be too self-conscious about it. It makes sense to say it from time to time if you're asking a question, but, like, it's not something you want to end every sentence with, right?
I guess it's more so just because of where I live that I'm worried about what I say most of the time.
Because you're gonna get arrested? Come on.
No,
that's not gonna happen.
No, I meant, like, it's not like that. It's like it's more of a joke that I bring that up, but it's also true that people do get arrested for certain same things. But at the same time, it's like what they're trying to, like, disclose. But I know, like, I don't really know. I'm just trying to make conversation and I'm not good at it.
Well, practice makes you better. No problem with that.
Because, like, I was thinking about, like, I've always wanted to do YouTube as a hobby, but never making money off of it because I just didn't find the point. But I do follow a lot of people on YouTube who have more conservative outlooks, just to see how 40 years ago that was the thing, and then some people, when the media became a bigger thing, the ideology changed on the media and more people started getting censored, and I never found the point, because if people are getting upset about what someone's saying, I feel like they're just technically being too emotional, and then I sometimes get worried about what I say because I don't want to...
When you say you're interested in doing YouTube, you interested in being, like, a political commentator?
No, like, I want to do a whole bunch of, like, smaller things. Like, I don't want to just mainly do one thing. Like, I like doing art.
Doing one thing, though, is how you actually establish yourself, though.
I don't really care about establishing myself. I just like having what I say there for me to remember.
Oh.
And I both like to look at words as well as
I'm somebody...
things.
Well, while I'm not doing this as a job or anything, at the same time I like to see progression. I like to be able to look at where I was 2 years ago and say, yes, I've actually progressed since that point.
Because
So,
like, what I was thinking about is like I was talking to one of my friend, and he's all up for it because he finds that when I do get myself onto a train of thought and when I have what I want to say down on paper, it makes a lot more sense than when I'm just sort of babbling about. And
yeah, I do scripted stuff.
so like I'm interested in, like, I have a lot of games and I collect a lot of stuff, and I find that like a lot of commentary now are trying to scoop in an audience, like a specific one, either for money or for some sort of praise in some way.
Why?
And I'm not technically like looking for that. So like people who are bigger, like super big, like Markiplier, he went from somebody that I watched as a kid and looked up to in a sense to somebody who I started despising because it became a money thing. And when you get older, you witness it more and you understand what this person's doing more and how they're changing their commentary to be something that fits more for kids and to sort of say things to have smaller people not understand 100% what's going on, but enjoy what's happening.
I don't know anything about Markiplier, honestly.
That's a good thing. I like personally say that. That's a good thing.
Is it?
Well,
A lot of creators look up to him.
Well, I find that the creators who are more known out there are more known to a certain group of people on the media compared to people like I follow very few like political things. Like I follow mostly art and gaming stuff. But I
On
have
YouTube?
people like, yeah. So like I don't really have any other social media except like YouTube and Facebook. I don't like Facebook. Like I follow people like Mark Dice who try to make political stuff comical because you can't take politics 100% serious or you literally will go insane.
Oh wait, that's another interesting thing. Do you know where the tin cans are?
I scrapped them if that was a bad thing.
Oh no, I suppose now that we have the cooking pots, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Then the cooking pots are in there, all four of them.
I forget.
You
How do
took
you?
all four of them.
Yeah, I'm trying to split them up. I forget how to do it though. Where do I hold?
Let me click something. Okay. It's chef. Nope.
Oh, it's right click, isn't it?
Yeah, right
Oh,
click.
here.
I was
There we
just
go.
hitting control. I thought it was for a second.
Yeah, there we go. No, but that was another point that I recently made to somebody in my family is that at the end of the day, it doesn't. I'm not saying you specifically, but political opinions that people have don't matter as much as they probably think they do.
No, what I typically say is that religion and politics inside a family or friends, you try to keep it out as much as possible because that will eventually ruin who you know and love. Because
Okay.
it ruined a lot of stuff that I've noticed. in
Okay,
families and
I
friends.
guess I'm just saying there is not a whole lot of benefit to your personal life in becoming really politically active usually, unless it's on a very local level. Then I suppose it could be beneficial, but otherwise,
I guess for me,
people spend a
when
lot of time obsessing over like political issues, and at the end of the day, it doesn't change anything, right? A lot of it is just this. It's like following drama. It's like following gossip. It's that kind of effect that it has.
I guess it's because a lot of like, as I brought up, like a lot of like when I was trying to explain like how sensitive I am, like, my one friend just finds me sensitive and how like I can get quite emotional if I see a puppy, like that type of sensitive. But like if I see like certain things on the media, like it might rile something up in me, but I'll just sit there like I don't know how to react to this type of way.
Do you happen to have the food?
Food?
Like,
Oh yeah, here's some foods.
oh, because I need to make some. I was gonna make eggs, bacon and eggs.
Yeah, oh, no. Where is food? If you keep the meat around for a while, we can start making meat stews, which are the best food. Since hunting is quite difficult early on.
Okay.
But if I go like exploring more, but I don't know. I do want to apologize for like bringing some sort of politics stuff up because that's what I was trying to get across. Because now I'm a little bit more comfortable with talking. Because I am one person who does feel sorry for a lot of stuff, even when I don't have to be.
I'm not quite sure what that means.
Like irrelevant stuff to be sorry for. So like if I'm talking about a certain subject that isn't bothering me, I still feel sorry about talking about it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like I said, I try to keep it, like if you are going to discuss topics like that, I try to keep it on a more philosophical level, or a more psychological level.
Yeah, like I'd probably more so like in this community, like on the stream, I would now not bring it up ever unless you personally would want to talk about it with me, just out of curiosities type things, because I've had people who just sort of talk to me about it if they're curious about having a conversation but don't feel comfortable talking to other people. But like most people wouldn't really do that as it is.
I guess I'm just at the point where I really don't have anything to gain by talking about it.
Yeah.
And so I don't generally. Unfortunately, though, I do have to go. It is 11:14, so.
Okay.
Bye.
It was fun.
Bye-bye.